Good morning, everybody. The Kink Celluloid Hero. You guys, you know that one, Florentine?
I didn't know the title of it, but
You've heard it before?
Yeah.
Jimmy, you know the Kinks?
If you told me that song was in The Revenant and it was brand new, I would have believed you. I liked it, though.
You never heard that before?
No. It's really good. I was enjoying it a lot.
The Oscars. The damn Oscars. I gave up after the death montage. Did you make it to the end?
It's the first time I've watched the entire thing.
Yeah.
Probably my whole life.
Why? Oh, because of Chris Rock.
Yeah, I know. No, plus I was just... I don't know. I was just watching it. Like, I don't know. All of a sudden, I was... The next thing you know, I'm just watching the Oscars. Like, I was fucking going to look at them for a minute to see his opening. I missed, like, the first minute of the opening monologue. And I'm like, oh, let me just see what else he does. And it was really good.
I think that's the most important part of the Oscars, the first minute.
Well, I missed the first minute.
Where were you?
I just forgot.
Oh, okay.
I totally forgot that it was happening right then. And I put out, like, a couple minutes in.
Yeah.
And Chris's monologue was so good.
Yeah.
It was great. It's making me feel uncomfortable. Even though they were ready for it. I think
you were uncomfortable?
No, making people uncomfortable.
Making people uncomfortable.
Yeah,
you scared me for a second.
No.
Yeah, everyone in that audience was uncomfortable. They're thinking, can we laugh at this? Should we laugh at this?
Yeah.
I loved how no one boycotted the Oscars. That was a full house.
Yeah.
Who boycotted? Spike Lee and Jada Pinkett?
And Will Smith.
And Will Smith?
And, Will probably didn't want to, but she
kind of, played her hand.
You think so?
But boy, did Chris Rock give her a beating.
Yeah, that was a great line.
Basically saying you can't boycott something you weren't invited to.
Yeah. Me boycotting Rihanna's panties.
Right, oh my God.
Or he made fun of Will. He goes, it's not fair, but it's not fair that Will made $20 million for Wild Wild West.
Right.
Yeah, that was great.
That was wonderful.
He always has an angle that you just don't 100% expect. There's always something, like you think he's going to be 100% one way with it.
Yeah.
But he comes at just another way.
He worked both sides well.
Yeah, it's really great.
He came at it brilliantly, really. I mean, that grandma swinging from a tree line? Whoa. What was the exact line again?
I don't know. He was talking about the 60s, why blacks didn't protest when Sydney wasn't nominated.
Yeah.
Because they had real stuff to protest.
It says, when your grandmother's swinging from a tree, it's really hard to care about best documentary foreign short. Oh, my God. That's fucking brave. Good for Chris Rock. And he did it without cursing.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm just saying, when he really attacks, he's one of those comics that, the fucks and the motherfuckers really make sense and help it out even more.
It definitely hammers his point home.
It made it a little harder that he had to keep it clean for the FCC. So, I guess Leo won.
Yeah, I heard.
That's what I missed.
I haven't seen that. I hear he was excellent in that movie. I want to see it. I wish I could see it in the theater, though. I hate watching these at home. I'd rather watch them in a big screen like a boy, very eager.
Yeah, but I mean, now what we got at home, it's not that much different.
It does
really.
beat the tube of fucking...
The old days?
Oh, my God,
when these movies would finally pop on cable and you had your square TV, it wasn't the same. But now, I mean, it's close enough, I think.
And the woman who won for, I guess she was in Trainwreck. What's her name? Brie Larson.
Brie, yeah.
She was so good in the room.
Right. Yeah, Brie Larson was Amy's sister in Trainwreck.
Yeah, she was fucking great.
I forgot about that until you just said that. I'm like, how do I know Brie?
Yeah. Here's what made me think of it, because I saw Amy's Instagram picture with her and Brie. I'm like, oh, that's who that was.
Right. I forgot all about that.
Yes, it's that she was great in that. I saw Brooklyn. I thought was okay but boring. And of course that gets nominated. Like, this is why fucking black people hate white people. And I don't even... That boring fucking movie. Well acted, yeah.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, another one like that.
Well,
who gives a fuck?
But don't they have to nominate, like, kind of a period piece every year or something? Not necessarily a period piece, but something that is from another time, let's say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. It seems like they need at least one of those every year.
Yeah, they like to throw
it around.
It was good. Well, it was fine. It was fine. And the guy who won for Best Supporting Actor, that was a horrendous decision.
For A Bridge of Spies?
Horrendous
Mark
decision.
Rylance?
Yeah. He was good, and the movie was way better than I thought it would be.
I saw your tweet. You were very shocked at that one.
Are they fucking stupid? Like,
who should have won, you think?
Who are the nominees?
I know Stallone
Stallone was very good.
He was winning things leading up to the Oscars.
Yeah, but I didn't care that he didn't win. I liked him in that.
If you're gonna give Stallone anything, it should have been for Rocky, way back in the day.
Yeah.
not to.
Didn't he win for? Oh, he didn't win for Rocky.
No, he's never won.
Well, who else was nominated?
It was Mark Ruffalo from Spotlight.
Was very good.
He played Mark Ruffalo though.
Yeah.
He didn't play anything different. You felt like you were looking at Mark Ruffalo, who's a good actor, but nothing, no stretch there. Christian Bale in The Big Short.
That's the one. The fact he beat Christian Bale in The Big Short, I thought was awesome. And was Carell also in The Big Short nominated?
No, Tom Hardy from The Revenant was the other guy in that category. But Stallone was the favorite.
Yep.
And they gave it to Mark Rylance.
Yeah.
Bridge of Spies.
Christian Bale, I thought, was tremendous.
Well, he's an amazing. Between him and Ruffalo, Christian Bale wins that because he's playing something out of his comfort zone.
Did you see The Big Short?
I did not.
That was such an impressive movie because they took such a dry subject, which is the financial banking collapse. And I don't know anything about that. And they made it understandable. They made it funny. It was followable. That's that subject. Here's the collapse of, who the fuck wants to watch a movie about that? If you told me with that when my fucking date, young Paul and I went arm in arm to this picture, the fact that was fucking as good as it was is miraculous. If you told me what that was about, I would have spit on you, not gone.
They didn't take it seriously either. Like they would have, here's Selena Gomez to explain what so-and-so means.
Yes. They have these weird celebrity things which broke the fourth wall. Here's Anthony Bourdain to explain, and then he's there chopping something up, explaining. Yeah. Well, the reason that the banks do this is because he's talking to camera.
Right.
And it was such a weird way. It took you out of it for a second and also helped you follow the rest of the movie. It was fucking brilliant.
Nice. Very good.
So the fact that didn't get, I'm glad he got nominated, but they should have won. At least I would love to have seen them won something.
They won Best Adapted Screenplay.
You're right, Best Adapted Screenplay. There you go. I should shut up. Thank you, Paul.
All right.
And Mad Max fucking...
Mad Max
cleaned
up,
stupid
man.
Justin, who said Mad Max, right, he was right.
It's a masterpiece.
Congratulations, stupid Justin!
Yes, it is a fucking... I gotta be honest.
I'm back.
It's a fucking masterpiece.
I love it. I love every
You were the
second
one
of
that brought it to our attention. Mad Max.
That was so great,
That's
dude.
supposed to be just a goof film that they throw out there for one weekend.
I was a fan of those films.
Yeah.
But those were just action films. And then when I saw this film, I was like, holy shit. It's just at another level. Everything
really is.
about it.
Non-stop movement. It was fucking unbelievable.
It won 5 or 6.
Won 6.
But in a row, right?
It won 5, then there was a break.
Okay.
And then,
It was great when Louis C.K. was
hilarious.
introducing for best documentary short, and he goes, Mad Max. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's great.
Louis was fucking awesome. That's not the easiest category to do a brilliant monologue on.
Well, he owned it, because that could be just a tough spot because it's not the greatest, like you said, the greatest category, but he made that hilarious. Let's just play this. It's only a minute.
I love what Louis was wearing. He had a button. Yeah. His tie wasn't even completely tied.
No.
Top button open.
That's as good as it gets for him.
I love that about him.
Yeah, push play on this.
Thank you. I'm here to present the award for Best Documentary Short Film, which is my favorite award. This is easily my favorite subject. It really is, because this is the one Academy Award that has an opportunity to change a life. Because I'm happy for all of you, but you came here winners and you're leaving millionaires. It's not going to make that big a difference. The rest of the Oscars are going to mansions and the homes of people with good unions and who will always work. These people, this is documentary short film. You cannot... It's not even documentary feature, Al Gore got one of those and Michael Moore got... you cannot make a dime on this. These people will never be rich as long as they live. So this Oscar means something because all they do is tell stories that are important. Now you all do, but you also get rich. But these people, all they got is this Oscar is going home in a Honda Civic. The person who owns this Oscar's going to be the nicest thing they ever own in their life. It's going to give them anxiety to keep it in their crappy apartment.
And there it is. And then he gave out the award. And then we don't even care who won.
No, but he gave it. You should let it play out because there's another few seconds.
Yeah. Well, what did he say at the end there? I think that was it.
No.
Just one more line?
Yeah.
Let me hear.
The nominees for Best Documentary.
Oh, no,
Short
sorry.
Yeah,
That's not the presentation. I thought they were going to show when he gives it to
Oh, yeah, no, then he has the nominees. So that was hilarious. That was a great moment.
Yeah.
What else? Spotlight won Best Picture, huh? I went to bed before that was announced.
Once in a while they do that. They throw these weird curveballs at you like they did with Crash years ago.
They start saying Spotlight, though, in the last week or two. They said, they start saying, don't be surprised if this damn thing wins it all.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, it's a subject matter that Hollywood likes, is bashing the Catholic Church, but it was also a great movie.
It was really good, well written.
Yeah.
It was a good movie. Absolutely. We had the Tucci in here, Stanley Tucci.
Yeah.
Remember when that movie first hit and no one knew what Spotlight was about yet?
Yeah.
And fast forward, wins the Oscar for Best Picture.
I enjoyed it a lot. And Joe Biden showing up was a nice. I asked Voss, because Voss and I were texting,
Yeah.
and I asked if he got to meet Biden. He said no. He said we were down in the writers' room. I guess there was a lot of writers this time, so they were all downstairs in this room. They didn't even get to hang out backstage. But I'm sure he went to a party after.
Did he give you any insight though during the Oscars?
No,
what was going on?
He was back in. I'm just writing. So he's like, I asked him one thing. He's like, yeah, but I'll talk later. I forget what he said.
I think he might be coming in tomorrow, so we could get his.
Oh, good.
His take on the whole thing and being out there for Chris Rock
He's
and the
the
Oscars.
perfect. Voss is the perfect guy to write for something like that. Because Voss's lines a lot of them will be too mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's really good at that shit, man.
Yeah, he's amazing
Chris
at it.
Rock loves him too. So
To come up with stuff on the spot like
That's
that, quick
so
lines.
hard, dude.
As the Oscars is going along and something might happen,
Right.
Voss is the perfect guy there for that.
Yeah, just a punch.
Yeah.
and you got to
Voss knows how to punch
I know.
on the spot. He's the best at it.
You got to be brave because you're throwing lines at somebody. I can't. It's hard to do. It's a big risk mentally to take.
Yeah.
Look, go out and say this.
Right.
And then the guy goes, now something else. All right, how about this? Like, you guys had to do that for fucking Letterman. That's hard to do. To pitch, to throw jokes on the fly to somebody is courageous. Because I can't even collaborate.
Take the rejection?
Dude,
You wouldn't
it's
get-
fucking. I can't even collaborate with somebody writing for me. I can't. I like email me and I'll look. I'm very weird like that. These guys that's an amazing skill to have.
Well, I mean, going back to Stupid Justin, I mean, you were the king of the blue card for Letterman.
It made you crazy after a while.
These guys, I've heard the stories over the years. They would have to write jokes or lines for David Letterman and sneak it on his desk while Dave was on live.
Yeah, if we had an idea about something that was happening on the show, and we had an idea of for a way to keep it going.
You guys would walk on stage just in the middle, and obviously you wouldn't be on camera, and you knew exactly how far you could go and put that card down for Dave.
I knew where the camera shot was, like at the side of his desk. So if I stood right there and I had a blue card that had to be typed on a typewriter. So you have an idea. You have to then get someone to type it on a typewriter.
Why a typewriter?
Because that's just how
he's
Dave,
a lunatic.
that's how
That
Dave
was
did
his
it.
thing. That's
Yeah.
the OCD thing. Okay.
So it was typed on a typewriter.
You
then I had
guys
to run
couldn't
out.
neatly print it because that
Nope.
would have saved a lot of time, especially during a live show.
Nope.
And no computer?
No, they had computers. That's just how it was done.
No, but there was no way to do it on a computer.
And you guys
Imagine
couldn't-
hearing a type-in as Letterman's interviewing Paris Hilton and something's going on. Yeah.
And like, if you know what, like, if you're about to come back from commercial and you're about to do the top 10 when you come back, Dave could look at you and say, he can just hand you the card. They're like 10 seconds. He hands you the card. You see he crossed out like number 6 and number 3, and you're like, holy shit. You try to pitch, but then they're counting 3, 2. You run back.
So the top 10 is it only has 8?
Yep.
As you're
And-
starting the bit?
Yeah, and the guy who's running the graphics that come up on the screen,
Yeah.
whatever jokes I put in, that
Right.
guy has to be told, so then he can make the changes, or else, and the director has to know. So you run backstage, you just pick 2 jokes, and either you have to type out the entire blue card again, or if you're really, really late, you use a blue whiteout and put it on there, but it better be legible. And then you call down to the control room, you tell everybody, and then you run back out, and you have 20
I would
seconds.
have made it smudgy.
It would be smudgy.
I would have went smudgy on him. That's
a crazy way to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys couldn't talk him into like, look, I'm very neat with my print.
Nope.
He needed it on a typewriter.
Had to be typed on a typewriter.
Oh,
But if you guys are there all day and you got the top 10, you got to pretty much hone. Why is he making changes at the last 30 seconds of it? Right before, as he's on the air.
I don't know. I mean,
because he's a dick.
I'll tell you, like, there were times, if you lose one joke, okay, fine. But then there were sometimes he would just give you the whole card and say, we need a new top 10 list. And it's like literally 20 seconds before you come back.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have cards where every joke is crossed out. I've saved so many things like that, where every joke is cut out. Now, it could be that the audiences, he could see the audience isn't reacting to certain jokes. So now he's looking down at this card he had confidence in.
And he knows, right?
Yeah, he knows it's not going to play with this audience. So it's like, okay, like whatever the reason, like you don't argue it. You say, okay, because you know you have a set amount of time to fix this.
The ability to do that on live television is really, really, there are guys that just are good at doing it.
Yeah.
There's good backstage guys. Jesse Joyce is another one who I'd be very comfortable. Voss, I'd be very comfortable having these guys backstage firing jokes at you.
Was Jesse Joyce part of this thing?
I don't think so, but he has. I'm sure I think he wrote for Seth MacFarlane. Didn't he host it? Seth hosted it?
I think
Jesse might have been working. I mean, he's always got some writing gig out there. He's impossible to get.
Yeah, we love him, but he doesn't make it to New York, often enough to be on this radio show.
He's one of those guys. He's just like one of those go-to guys when you have a writing thing that you need.
Yeah.
He's one of the first guys you want to call.
You call and say, hey, man, are you busy?
He's written stuff for me. I've looked like stuff where I'm like, all right, I got to kind of take it easy because it's this. Like, you know how far you can go. And some of the ones he comes up with, which are just fucking sledgehammers that I know I can't use because it's just like that's too dirty or too mean for this particular. It's always funny though.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking like you look at you like, why do I should never write jokes? This guy's brilliant.
Jesse's great.
He's the
I remember
best.
I worked with him years ago. It was like his first gig in Pittsburgh. And he was just a cool dude to hang out with. He wasn't, he didn't really have too much on stage at the time. He was only doing comedy a few months. And I just took a liking to the guy for some reason. Then he moved to New York. I'm like, yeah, I'll see what I can do to help you out. He's a monster.
His blue eyes annoy me though. I don't like his blue eyes.
His dreamy blue eyes.
Yeah, I told him in a roast one time that he looked like a handsome burn victim. And he's fucking really creepy looking. Stupid face.
We should wake up Voss and maybe get the scoop.
He's probably still out.
You think?
I'm gonna guess it's what time is it? Oh no,
4:30.
No, he's probably in bed.
He probably finally crashed. We'll get him tomorrow. During the break, we'll give him a call. See.
By the way, look at that picture next to the. That's actually just a regular Oscar statue.
You know what?
Fucking twerp.
When he tweeted that, I was happy for him.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I was happy for him. He looked very happy. He's dressed up nice and getting a picture next to the Oscar.
He's fucking writing for Chris Rock.
Chris
Rock.
Rock.
Tremendous faith in him to hire him for these gigs. That's so good.
Well, so let's play a little bit of Chris Rock's monologue. Did you find a shorter version?
Yeah, we have a 3-minute.
Yeah, let's play a little of this.
Host Chris Rock.
Thank you. Woo! Man, I counted at least 15 black people on that montage. Hey! Well, I'm here at the Academy Awards, otherwise known as the White People's Choice Awards. You realize if they nominated host, I wouldn't even get this job. So y'all be watching Neil Patrick Harris right now. But here's the crazy thing. This is the wildest, craziest Oscars to ever host because we got all this controversy. No black nominees, And people are like, Chris, you should boycott. Chris, you should quit. You should quit. How come it's only unemployed people that tell you to quit something, Why are we protesting? That's the big question. Why this Oscars? Why this Oscars? It's the 88th Academy Awards. It's the 88th Academy Awards, which means this whole no black nominees thing has happened at least 71 other times. Okay? You gotta figure that it happened in the 50s, in the 60s. In the 60s, one of those years, Sydney didn't put out a movie. I'm sure there were no black nominees some of those years, say 62 or 63, and black people did not protest. Why? Because we had real things to protest at the time. We had real things to protest. We're too busy being raped and lynched to care about who won Best Cinematographer. When your grandmother's swinging from a tree, it's really hard to care about Best Documentary Foreign Short.
course, they have to cut to Kevin Hart after that one, right?
Well, yeah. Well, actually, on the word "short" is appropriate.
You don't want to cut to a white person clapping about that. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It was very predictable.
Yeah.
They know a line like that, go to a black person laughing.
I wouldn't have even thought of that. I don't observe things well sometimes. Like, that's a great point.
That's so obvious. It was so obvious that they weren't going to take that chance. Because whoever was laughing at that joke would be on the front page of every paper if they showed Jennifer Lawrence, let's say, laughing at that line. Go back to it.
We're thumbs-upping it.
Yeah.
I don't need that. Jada's gonna boycott the Oscars. Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. You know, this year the Oscars, things are going to be a little different. Things are going to be a little different at the Oscars. This year, in the in memoriam package, it's just going to be black people that were shot by the cops on their way to the movies.
That's a great joke.
That's great.
That's a great joke.
God, he's the best. He's one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah,
he's on my short list. Always has been. Chris Rock.
Absolutely.
And I love when he laughs at his own jokes. That laugh he does. I don't know if it's a nervous thing or what, but it works perfectly. He's enjoying the hell out of himself.
That joke sounded like it had Voss written all over it.
That one?
Yeah.
I would bet money you're probably right.
He had some kind of version of that.
Right.
It might have got changed a little, but that's definitely a Voss joke.
That's a great point too, Chris Rock. I don't know why Fox is saying Oscar's outrage, unless they mean that he was outrageous or he was outraged.
Oscar's outrage, just in general, yeah.
But the Chris Rock calls Hollywood sorority racist. What a smart way to do it. Like, it's not we hate blacks racist. It's sorority. That was the perfect description. It was right. He's absolutely right.
It was perfect. What do you think of the Whoopi Goldberg thing? Controversy.
What was the controversy?
You didn't hear?
The tattoo?
No.
She's Ozzy's tattoo?
Well,
that he got on his shoulder?
That's a giant tattoo.
Yeah.
It's a horrible tattoo, I think.
Yeah.
But Total Beauty on Twitter, you didn't see this? They tweeted out, we had no idea Oprah was tatted, and we love it. And then hashtag Oscars, and they were not making a joke.
Oh, they weren't?
No.
That's funny.
Not from Total Beauty.
I think they just made a mistake. I don't see any.
And then they, Oprah is like Instagrammed a what the fuck picture.
Who is that? Is it?
That's Oprah, and I don't know who that.
Is that Gayle King?
That's not Gayle King.
It says Gayle King.
That's Gayle King's Instagram. Oprah and favorite daughter watching Oscars and seeing Total Beauty editors snafu. We all love Whoopi Goldberg, but we don't all look alike. Jeez.
Is that Oprah's?
That's Gayle King's daughter.
That's This is
That's Gayle King's daughter with Oprah?
Yeah, this is Gayle King's Instagram. So
how are they not a couple?
Gayle King.
She's lounging around in her fucking PJs in Gail's house with the adult daughter. I mean, first of all, what an uncomfortable looking sofa. Don't they get a better sofa? If you're Oprah, how do you lounge on that thing?
Maybe they're in a hotel somewhere.
Yeah,
that looks more like a
a
hotel.
Yeah.
Okay. She
It
probably
looks
had a big
like a big suite
Do
somewhere.
you think she could have got tickets if she wanted to go?
Oh, maybe. Gayle King, she lives close to us, Jimmy.
Does she?
Oh, yeah.
If they are a couple, why wouldn't she come out? Is it really going to hurt her business at all? She doesn't have the big talk show anymore. Not that it matters anyway. Ellen kicks ass in the ratings, and nobody gives a shit about that.
I think they're a couple. Fuck it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Of course.
They go on vacations together. Like, me and Jim Norton go on vacations together, too. We, just take a ride across country, and she's adopt a different place and stay in motels, because that's what they do. But that's not a couple. Because if me and Jim did that, we just figured we'd stop in every state and go,
Yeah.
I think
get rooms.
I didn't like going to the airport with him.
I think, I don't know. I think if you're a billionaire, why you're hanging out with your best friend all the time.
And you never got married to the boyfriend.
Right.
Yeah, that's weird.
Whatever, Oprah.
Yeah.
Nobody would care.
No one would give a fuck.
People might wonder about her denials because she's been so aggressively denying it. She said, this is what made me think she wasn't. Because one time she goes, I'm not gay. If I was gay, I would tell you. Like, she's like, why wouldn't I tell you? I'm like, well, maybe she's not.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just weird or asexual, or maybe she only likes certain kind of guys. She only likes like fucking porn actors with 10 inches or more. She can't cart any of them around because everybody knows who they are. They're just guys that wear fucking white like linen pants with no underwear.
Maybe she's into the trannies. Maybe that's her thing.
Women very, very rarely. That's not usually a woman's thing. You know what I mean? Very few women like trans girls.
It's just a guess. Just throwing it on the table.
Yeah, I don't know what her thing could be, to be honest. Maybe she's asexual.
Her thing is something. It's something that is not what we see in the public eye. Right?
Yeah, I mean, you know.
That's Stedman or whatever his name is.
Yeah, he's not around a lot.
Nah,
didn't they break up? What are we, fucking women? What are we talking about? It's a fucking...
Exactly.
God, I hope they didn't break up, guys.
Oh, God, look what Oprah's wearing next.
Right. Whoopi Goldberg's lack of eyebrows really bothered me last night. What is going on? Did you know she has no eyebrows? She wears the glasses usually, but she went
No, I didn't notice that.
She went with her sophisticated look she has no eyebrows. But you never notice because she wears the glasses usually. What happened to her eyebrows?
I don't think she's ever had them.
What do you mean she's never had eyebrows?
There's the one from 91. She doesn't have eyebrows either.
Why doesn't she have eyebrows? Look up Whoopi Goldberg and eyebrows. Let's see if they
Jesus Christ.
That's from 91. She's never had eyebrows. But it's looking even creepier the older she gets.
What did she win for? Ghost?
She won for...
Color Purple.
Color Purple.
Oh, sure. That was 91 already, the color purple? Is that possible?
She suffers from a disorder that makes you pluck your eyebrows off.
Oh, she's one of those.
Oh my God! I wonder if she's a fucking OCD maniac.
However, someone thinks differently and says that Whoopi Goldberg's eyebrows are missing because she suffers from, oh boy, trichotillomania.
Trichotillomania,
and then you put it all together, of course. Trichotillomania.
Trichotillomania.
A disorder that makes you to pluck off your brow hairs. This could be true since she said they become itchy. So she's just constantly pulling out her eyebrow hair?
You think she does that with her pubes, too?
Oh, my God.
Because that might be itchy?
She's nutty. She's a little nutty.
I had someone in my family, I don't want to give it away, but this person used to pluck out her eyelashes in my family. I said she. That's not good. It's not a lot of she's in my family. But she grew out of it. But when she was a kid, she would pull out every single eyelash. It was deeply disturbing.
Wow.
Yeah. I shouldn't have said she. Fuck. Whatever. But it is a real thing. So she just plucks out her eyebrows, the Whoopi Goldberg. Very strange, isn't it?
Yeah. I didn't know there was a condition for it.
How did I never notice that?
Oh, last night it was so obvious. It was kind of creepy last night. Because, like I said, she wears her glasses.
Oh, you know what?
So the glasses go right where that eyebrow is, and you never know. See, there's the picture with the glasses. You would,
that's why
you
she
would
wears
never
them.
know. Yeah, but...
No, I wear them because I need glasses.
What did Joe Biden do? I missed that when I went to bed.
He came out about sexual abuse on campuses, and did a whole little speech. And then Lady Gaga sung a song with a bunch of people, I guess, out there, some rape victims, I guess. They had
God, what a
shit on their arm saying I was a victim.
Isn't it a night of celebration?
Well, you know, sometimes they want to do.
Lady
Gaga's voice was great. It's a weird song, and her performance of it was a little much, a little theatrical.
A little over the top, yeah.
You didn't need it.
Well, that's what she does, though.
I know, but it almost felt like distracting.
She made David Bowie look campy. That David Bowie thing she did sucked. It stunk. Did you see it?
No, that was part of the Grammys.
Yes. I hated it.
She did this thing before the music picked up. She did this weird jerky move. I said, "What are you doing?"
That's what she does. She's a little over the top.
I love her too.
Well,
I'm a little monster.
You're a big fan of Mama Monster.
Yes, I am. I'm a big fan.
You got claws up today?
Her fucking is that what they say? Oh yeah.
Is it claws up? Is that her thing?
Her voice was amazing, but God.
Yeah, let me, well, I want to see the Biden thing first, and then we can move on to the Lady Gaga.
He gave a good speech.
They gave Biden a standing O.
Of course. He should be running for the presidency.
Plus, he's Obama's VP. He's just he's a likable guy.
Let's play this here.
Thank you. New Gossip stood up, and then everybody else stood up.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow.
Hey, man, how are you?
Hey, man, how are you? That's such a Biden thing. Hey, man, how are you?
I would assume Hollywood would give Joe Biden a standing O, right?
Yeah.
That's his people out there. What about
that?
Luca?
Would have been a great race, like Biden versus Trump, because Biden's, he's the one who just says shit. Like, remember when Obama got
that would have been a great matchup.
Remember one time when he was hugging Obama when he was making his first speech?
This is a big fucking deal.
Yeah, it's a big fucking deal.
I loved him from that moment on. I always kind of liked Biden, but after that moment, I liked.
And that guy was in a wheelchair. He's like, "Stand up, come on, stand up." He's like, "Oh."
But then he handles it okay.
Yeah,
Lou Gossett Jr. He can't get that fucking bump removed.
I don't know.
Did anyone else see that?
I think him and Aaron Neville traded. He had one over his eye.
Why are you laughing at that, Justin? I just feel like, I know he's an older guy, he's 79 years old, but that bump was a little disturbing.
It did catch your eye for most of the evening.
Did he get hit by a hammer on the way to the Oscars, or has he got some problem?
Yeah, he's got to fix that.
I think you could fix that, right?
I was watching Roots yesterday. It was an odd timing. That was on some network that's aimed at black females. It's called Centric or something. I just happened to turn on and Roots was on. I caught myself watching a lot of Roots. And
you're watching channels for black women now?
I was just flipping through and I saw Roots. I'm like, let me watch this for a little while.
Does it hold up?
It does, but after 12 years, the fact that they say niggers so much, you're amazed that was on TV. You respect the fact that they talked honestly in it. Mm-hmm. But when you watch 12 Years a Slave, that's just a better version of Roots. Roots is pretty brutal, though.
There's a new version, right? Rough. Isn't there a new version coming on?
I don't know.
I think they're redoing it on like the History Channel or.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It won't be as good though. No. But I was watching Lou Gossett yesterday as Fiddler. And
Fiddler, that's right.
In fact, I forgot Lauren Green was in that.
Oh, right.
Chuck Connors,
Ed Asner, right?
John Amos, Ed Asner. What an amazing cast!
A lot of old school guys.
LeVar Burton, yeah.
But Lou Gossett Jr. with that fucking bump on his head.
Yeah,
fuck, dude.
He hasn't done anything in a while.
Everybody.
That bothered you?
Yeah, because you're reminded that time just sucks. Lou Gossett Jr. shouldn't have a bump on his head. That's a tough. What? Why is this bad?
Lou Gossett shouldn't have a bump on his head.
He absolutely should never have a bump on his head.
I don't know if you can get that fixed, though.
Why? It looks like it's,
then he's going to have a big scar there, though.
It's better than that. Wear a hat.
Yeah, that's a scar would be better than that.
Right?
Yeah.
What is that? Maybe we get Dr. Steve to tell us.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of fluid. It's like a buildup of bone marrow. For some weird reason. What starts is folliculitis, where your follicle dies and begins rotting, and then it gets infected, but then it heals itself, and you've got a bump.
It's a side effect of gout.
Yeah, it's got gout on his head. He won an Oscar in 81, I think. I'm guessing 81, Officer and Gentleman.
He won for Officer and Gentleman?
He did,
Which was a great role.
He was phenomenal.
That's why he can't have a bump on his head. That performance of that movie is
Did
amazing.
he have it then, though?
No, because I started Google imaging, trying to figure out when the bump started. And it looks like it's relatively recent. 1982 for an Officer and a Gentleman, right? Okay.
35 years ago.
He's 79 years old. He looks pretty good besides the bump. But
he's 80. Fuck, man.
He's 80, yes.
That was a good line by Chris Rock later in the Oscars. He was trying to get Girl Scout cookie money for his kids.
Do you think he really raised $65,000?
I don't know. How do you come up with who has $65,000?
I'm sure some of those assholes are just throwing hundreds and then,
That's a lot of money to come up with, and I don't know how many people are in there, 2,500.
They probably did it throughout the commercial break.
Yeah, I mean, they did it. It was probably going on for like 45 minutes, but he goes, Lou Gossett, he goes, you can't have any cookies. You got diabetes.
Yeah.
That was a great line.
I thought he was going to say, because you have that bump on your head. I love it.
So much.
What was that? The hell was that? Was that a cam girl trying to fucking talk to us?
This came out.
Oh, when you're watching porno and then all of a sudden that other shit pops up. Yeah, yes. I know. I'm like, she's got a dick in her mouth. How could she say hi?
And in her pants. Who is this girl?
I'm thinking it's some girl that came in my house. I'm like, oh, cool. Someone's actually going to blow me.
The best ones are the hello, like they're trying to get your attention. Like, where's this voice coming from?
It works every time you get X out of everything. You're like, oh,
I know.
God damn it. They always put it in a small box too.
Yeah.
Like a little one behind, so you know that you have to like move your thing.
Yeah.
I'm down here. What? Where are you?
And you got to blow it up to a big screen because you always got that guy with the huge mule on the side.
They always have the huge mule guy. Just wrecks your
Very
fucking,
distracting.
Your viewing pleasure. Let's go to Joe Biden after the standing O.
Thank you. I'm the least qualified man here tonight. Thank you. Good evening.
That's why he can't run for president right there.
Why?
Because they'd be using that over and over again.
Oh.
You said it, Joe. We didn't.
Right. Trump for
Very much.
president.
Despite significant progress over the last few years, too many women and men on and off college campuses are still victims of sexual abuse.
Can you pause this? I swear to you, I don't understand the male angle on this. I just don't. How are men being sexually abused?
Other men.
All right.
I'm guessing that's the angle. I mean, you can by women, but I think it's more by other men.
This is more of a woman's issue, though. Way more than a men's issue.
Probably more than a men's issue, but don't forget, gay guys do fucked up shit too.
Yeah, I just want to know where that's coming from, and I'm trying to educate myself because I've never heard of a person that was sexually abused on college campus, a male.
Yeah.
Not one in all these years, but you've heard about the women here and there.
Even though they're just kids, but like you look at, they say the Catholic Church scandal. That's almost all men who are abused. It's just as boys.
Right.
So it does happen. It's probably
when you're in college, you're 18 years old, though. 19 years old, 20. I mean, you're a lot older. I can see if you're a boy, of course, in a church setting or whatever back in the day. But I don't understand the college campus thing. I really need someone to explain this to me.
It could be other men doing it as well. I don't think it's just women.
Partying and other men. Look, there's probably a few cases. So whoever wrote this, because we got to throw men in here too.
Yeah, this
besides the women.
But I think it takes away from the women because this is a real fucking issue for women.
But they had when you see Lady Gaga sing right after this, they have some guys out there that got abused on campus.
Right.
So.
Or just in general, no one knows. They're not all college.
I just think back when I was 18, even if she was the fucking pig of pigs, I would be pretty happy about it, right?
Maybe.
Well, I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
As a guy, I don't.
It depends what day of the week it is.
I shut Florentine up. You're hard to shut up. You're hard to shut up.
I'm hard to shut up. No, yeah. It depends. Is it a Saturday? No.
I'm just saying.
It's going to be a problem. If it's a Tuesday,
when you're like
why not?
when you're going through all this as a young male, and even if it was an ugly one or whatever, you were pretty happy about it. I don't know.
Why did that happen to you in college?
No, not to the point. No, the point is I always wanted it. So when does it get to a situation where you're like, no, I don't want this?
It just doesn't happen as much, I mean, maybe if
Do you know of anybody in your life, though? I don't think anyone in this room knows of a guy that was sexually abused on campus. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think I do, no.
I believe it happens, but I think it's a very rare thing compared to, it happening to women. It's a huge issue for women. I don't want to, take the focus off that.
I think what the reason he's saying that is probably they probably look at it like, well, it's easier just to say and men and include the guys that it's happened to, as opposed to excluding them for no real reason.
Right. Yeah, because, today would be like, there's 9 guys that got abused and they didn't get mentioned, and it'd be a big story.
Yeah.
So just throw it in there.
Is there one high-profile case that we could at least, point to that hammers us home? Wasn't Opie in a frat? Yeah, I didn't have guys.
What? I don't think that's more sexual abuse, but maybe there's that's a good part of it.
Jeremy, I don't understand what you're getting at there, sir, in Chicago. What do you got?
Yeah, you were in a frat, didn't you do some crazy shit?
I'm talking about guys.
Yeah, unwanted sexual abuse for hazing.
Is that what they're talking about?
That could be.
I don't know, man. There's some crazy shit going on in some frats.
Hey, look, man, I just had to pick up fucking marshmallows. That's where it fucking ended with our frat, okay?
Marshmallows with what?
They were attached to a fist.
There's some guys that might be sexual abuse. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
That's a good point. I didn't think of
Maybe
that.
it's from frats. I don't know. But
And
not
what
our
did you do with the
fraternity.
marshmallows, though?
Let's see. Sexual violence in the U.S. 1 in 5 women and 1 in 71 men. Okay, there's obviously much less men. 46.4% lesbians, 74.9% bisexual women, and 43.3% heterosexual women reported sexual violence other than rape during their lifetimes. While 40% gay men, 47% bisexual men and 20% heterosexual men reported sexual violence other than rape. Yeah, it could be sexual violence. I don't know exactly what it all means.
See, 91% of the victims of rape and sexual assault are female. That's what I'm trying
9% of men.
That's what I'm trying to say here. I mean, it's a major problem for women on campus, way more than it is for men. And
it's probably the hazing thing. Like, remember that whole thing about the Sayreville High School in Jersey, where the guys were sticking their fingers in their ass. And
we had pine cones. Wasn't that a Long Island one?
Maybe. Yeah.
Jersey they were sticking like fingers in their ass or something. On a football team.
We go pine cones.
That's sexual violence, probably.
You think a pine cone? That's
how far though? First or second?
And which end do you start with? I'm thinking about pine cones. Fingers. No, fingers not violence.
Yeah.
That's the guy's a fucking center on the team, like the giant hands. You know what I mean? You don't want that.
What about Penn State? Jay in Staten Island says. All right, there you go.
Well, they were kids though.
Yeah, that's true.
They were children.
Most of them were kids on campus. You're right. I'm talking about college-aged males. This guy's saying sexual assault for men is big in the military.
Me here, I never heard that, but
let me go to EJ. Go ahead, EJ. Welcome.
Hey, Colin from Huntsville. When I was in the military, we went through the SHARP program in the Army, the Sexual Harassment Assault Prevention. And one of the big leading causes in the military is men actually getting drunk. And when we were stationed in Korea, on the base that I was stationed at, a lot of the men were actually getting raped by other troops. It didn't happen all the time, but it happened more than you thought, more than you think it would happen.
Wow.
Going out drinking with whoever, getting shut down. Next thing you know, well, I can kick your ass and have my way with you. Who are you going to tell? I know a buddy of mine that it actually happened to, and it bucked him up pretty bad.
All right.
Yeah, that's a pretty. That would fucking it's not bad enough you're going to get shot at in a fucking combat zone.
Right.
Right, you think your asshole would be safe.
Exactly. Guy you met on Paris Island once was fucking you in the mouth.
Why are we laughing at that? Let's go to Adam in Jersey. Adam.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, buddy.
Also, going back to the college campuses, the guy before me touched on frats, but also the sports teams. I was on the rugby team, and that was some crazy shit. I remember a buddy of mine woke up on my couch the next morning, and his whole face and his whole cock were colored green in Sharpie marker, and there was a picture of it, but nobody would fess up to it. Like, we didn't notice his cock until you examined the picture later, and his dick was out, and it was colored green. So if that motherfucker went home and, told on us, or his parents flipped some shit, that would have been sexual harassment.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean...
sorry to interrupt. 1 in 3 college sexual assaults are committed by athletes.
Huh.
30% of
them.
But we come from a time, if you had one of those guys on your team and you were hazing and they went down that road, you go, dude, that's gay. What are you doing?
Exactly.
What are you doing? Well, maybe you run them a little too far and make them, stay awake for a day or two. But
one of my best friends, I think he still does it to this day. He'll stick his finger in his ass. If someone's passed out at a party, and stick it under their nose until they wake up. And then if they don't wake up, he rubs it on their gums. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah.
See, we used to do a bit.
Crack finger, we call him.
Crack finger, that's funny. We used to do a bit on the show. It was funny or gay. That's funny.
That's funny, right?
That's no doubt in my mind. That's funny.
No one want to pass out in front of this guy because you're going to get crack finger.
Sure. But
hey, Florentine, real quick, and then I'll let you guys go. I love your. I still refer back to your crank anchors day when the guys would call you, the telemarketers, and all you would say is, "I could check" for 5 minutes straight. That shit makes me roll on the floor. I do it to my boss. I do it to my wife.
Oh, thanks. That was an old telemarketer call. Yeah.
Awesome, man. All the time. Where's that GPS report, Adam? I could check. All right, get on that. All right, I could check. 5 minutes. It drives people crazy.
That's beautiful. Awesome. Yes.
All right, later, guys. Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you, pal.
All right, Adam. Thank you.
Well, you wouldn't want a dose of crack finger?
Oh, God.
Would you be mad at him if you got it?
No, I would have to respect that. What? You'd be mad?
I'd be mad if I
passed out.
If I had that
at a party and that happened, I would not be too happy about it.
What
But
if
I would have to respect
when
that.
he rubs it on your gums.
Yeah, the
and your
gum.
teeth and stuff.
The gum is like taking it.
I wouldn't be too. But you'd have to be like, all right, I probably shouldn't have passed out.
So if you passed out and he rubbed it on your gum, you'd be like, all right, you got me. It's my fault. I passed out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd be like, fuck. Because the word was probably out, too, that, you just don't pass out in front of this guy, right?
Yeah.
You kind of know what you're doing when
you had to pace your drinking that day if he was going to be around.
I thought we were crazy when Buzzy would pass out at the bar. We would just put drink stirrers in his hair and get like 100 or 200 of them in there before he woke up. We were nuts.
That's the worst prank I've ever heard. It's very good-natured.
It was very good-natured.
What'd you guys do? We ripped up paper and we spread it around him like he was a piece of confetti.
I'm gonna have to put the word out to some of the old frat brothers to see. I'm sure we went further than that, but.
I know, but there's the stories at a party. I remember he used to get he used to put little straws in his hair. What'd you do? My friend shoved his fingers in his asshole and rubbed it on my gums. All right, point.
I would respect. I would have to respect that. You wouldn't be happy about it.
No, you definitely
but
would.
You'd be like, fuck, it's my fault.
And he would jam
But
it.
it's never your fault.
And he would jam it all the way up there and smell it first to make sure.
Make sure you got a good sample.
And the whole room reeked. That's how bad it was.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Did you laugh when he was doing it to somebody?
Every time. Of course. I'd encourage people to drink. I'd give them shots just so I could witness crack finger.
He would make sure his sample was good, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you ever get it?
I never got it. He tried one time, but no, never got it.
So what did Biden
Yeah, let's
say?
go back to Biden.
And tonight, I'm asking you to join millions of Americans, including me, President Obama, the thousands of students I've met on college campuses, and the artists here tonight, to take the pledge. A pledge that says, I will intervene in situations when consent has not or cannot be given. Let's change the culture. We must and we can change the culture so that no abused woman or man, like the survivors you will see tonight, ever feel they have to ask themselves, what did I do? They did nothing wrong. So, folks,
I wonder if he was supposed to say that. Or did he blow a reveal? Like, because at the end of the Gaga song, the survivors come out. It's a pretty intense moment. I mean, when you realize that all of them, were ugh.
Oh, yeah, that would have, he probably should have kept that to himself and have that as a reveal.
But he probably just,
Yeah.
wasn't thinking Hollywoodish.
Yeah. Why isn't this guy running for president?
He's old.
Yeah, he's too old.
He's tired. His son died. He's depressed probably. That's a rough one.
But our choices are really fucking weird.
How old is he?
He's like 72, I think.
Yeah, he's done.
He's only a couple years older than he's 73.
Why would you want to be president? Like, you're already Obama's VP. You're made for life. You're a made man now. You do whatever the fuck you want. You make a lot of money speaking. People like you.
Right.
You're going to eat for free for the rest of your life in great restaurants. Just enjoy it.
And the job is just horseshit at this point.
Yeah, enjoy it.
It's a horseshit job. Play this. Let's get to the end of the Biden thing.
I really mean this. I'm sincere. Take the pledge. Go visit itsonus.org. Now, performing her Oscar-nominated song, So What Happens to You, written with Diane Warren, for the film The Hunting Ground. Welcome, my friend and a courageous lady herself, Lady Gaga.
They're not friends.
They probably are.
You think they're friends?
Yeah, Biden probably has a weird group of friends.
Yeah?
Yeah, he probably hangs out with her and fucking Snoop. Those are his two best friends.
Hey, if it wasn't for Biden, Obama would have never even brought up gay marriage. Wouldn't before. Biden's the one who did it in an interview, and Obama's like, "You got to be fucking kidding me! Now I got to talk about this." He's the one who broke the ice for Hillary, for everybody.
Yep, people will forget, but yes, I'm just going to reiterate what you said.
But
Obama was not for gay marriage. For the longest time.
You know how he got reamed by Obama and his people after he did that interview,
right?
And Obama came out like 4 days later and had to address it because all the reporters were asking him about it.
You think he was hot under the collar behind the scenes after Biden said what he said?
Yeah, absolutely.
They gave him a talking to, and then he had to march out there a few days later and say, "Yeah, I'm for this."
And most people didn't give a fuck.
Right.
I wonder if Obama was mad, or if it was Obama was against it, or was he for it and just like, all right, how do I come out and say this because I'm going to lose the religious people?
Or maybe it was calculated. Maybe they were like, look, Biden, you go out there and get the feel. You say a few things, and let's get the pulse of the country, let's say, before, Obama steps out and says what he's going to say.
Maybe.
I don't know. Men are the most raped if you factor in prison population. We're not talking. They're focusing on college campuses.
Yeah.
That's where I'm a little confused by this issue.
I don't put
I understand
prisons
and I understand the military to a certain extent, but college campuses, I don't really understand it.
In college campuses, why don't everybody do this? Everybody's got a phone with video, audio. Just get a consent from people. If you're going to go back to your dorm and fuck, just videotape both of you. Say, I agree. I consent to this. We're going to have sex. Put it on audio, put it on video. That's all you got to do. Takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, that really kills the spontaneity, but you got to do it.
You got look, those guys supposedly like Jordan and those guys, and make girls sign something before knowing going in that hotel you guys are gonna fuck. Going in there like their assistant has something where they've signed.
Yeah, we may have sex. Yeah.
Yeah, going in a hotel with him, that this is going down. You're okay with it,
right?
Fuck it. You lose your rod for 30 seconds. At least you get the consent.
Yeah, but the thing is too, the backlash of rape charges. Could be fucking awful. It's probably the smart thing to do.
Sure. Let's say hi to Bill. Bill in California. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
What Biden said is very interesting because we've been shifting a while now away from the traditional notion of rape, that requires force and lack of consent. It's now this idea that, incapable of consenting, but even that's not the traditional meaning because traditionally that meant children or mentally handicapped. Now it means somebody who goes out, girl or boy, and gets wasted beyond all comprehension, goes and does something that they regret the next day, and then they say that they were assaulted. And it takes every ounce of responsibility away from the person who put themselves in that situation.
You're going down a tough road, my friend. We've all been with people, and you're like, wow, okay, this person's way too fucking drunk, and you have a little responsibility in that as well.
Yeah, you both do, but the thing is this would never get, like if a guy and a girl fuck, and it turns out the next day she didn't feel like she wanted to. I don't like the fact that it's only talked about how she didn't want to and she was drunk. Well, how come the guy being very drunk isn't factored in as well? Like, he may have made a decision that he wouldn't have made if he was sober. So that's something that never gets factored in. But it's also like, you're not responsible if if you were drunk and somebody took your wallet because you passed out, you would still want them charged with robbery because they stole your wallet. Mm-hmm. It's kind of the same thing with fucking. I mean, if someone is, getting roofied and getting fucked, well, and that's the kind of stuff they're talking about.
Right.
Where you can't say no. Where a girl's so drunk you throw over your shoulder.
Right.
We know the type of drunk they're talking about. And guys capitalize on that.
Well, I think it's different, too, where there's two very different levels of intoxication. Say, if there's a guy who's sitting there not drinking, like preying on women who are drunk, that's a totally different situation from two wasted college kids going back to their dorm room. I mean, it just is.
Yeah.
And now that's becoming a criminal act because somebody wakes up the next day and regrets it. It's the only area that I know of in any of the law on either side, victim or the criminal, where you don't get held responsible because you drank. I mean, if I go out and kill somebody while I'm drunk, you think they're going to give me a pass because I say I couldn't understand what I was doing?
No.
That doesn't fly.
I understand your point, but I think we're all mostly focused on the situations where it was really obvious that the girl didn't know what the fuck she was doing.
Yeah, like in those situations, where they have like a bunch of frat guys, those videos where there's 4 or 5 of them and the girl is obviously incapacitated.
Right.
Like, and guys will film that type of stuff, and that's the kind of stuff I think they're talking about. It gets into a much darker or grayer area when it's just a guy and a girl.
Yeah, unfortunately, that does happen. What you're saying, where you think the girl was with it enough where she could have made her decision, and then she's turning around and yelling rape the next morning. That fucking sucks.
That's
obviously.
Awful, yeah.
But I think they're really focused on the ones that it's blatantly obvious that the woman did not want that.
And dude, consent, as much as it's annoying, it also protects the guy. Like, I think they're trying to figure out how do we deal with sexual crimes, because for years women didn't report it because there's all this shame and everybody doubts you and you were asking for it, so you're fucking treated like a piece of shit after you're raped. It's like, who the fuck needs that? Mm-hmm. But then again, you don't want to get into, hey, look, there was two people equally drunk and they fuck, and now all of a sudden the guy's a rapist. No, he's not a rapist. So how do you deal with this? Like, what's the best way to combat it? Nobody knows. So maybe this consent shit, like just saying it into a phone or whatever, it makes her acknowledge it, and it also, now he can't be prosecuted for anything. It helps him too.
I mean, I think you're right. I agree with what you and Florentine were saying about that's the way that you should probably protect yourself. But am I wrong to think that that's just a sad state of affairs? I mean, you have to do that. I mean, come on.
Well, it is a reaction due to a lot of times women being treated shitty sexually. It's not like they just pulled this out of the blue. It's like a reaction to a long time of people not reporting fucking sexual. I mean, look at how people don't talk about child abuse, or now they do, but fucking 30 years ago, no one was talking about getting fucked by priests.
God, no.
Well, 40 years ago, so it's a reaction to all these things never having been talked about.
And what if she's slurring that she wants to fuck?
Where
it's all sloppy and, you know.
I won't do it.
And then that would be a problem. Yeah, exactly. Then
yeah, fuck that, man. No way. I had a girl. I'll just say this: it was within the last year and a half, who I had met a couple of times, and her ass, it was so amazing. I met her once years ago. Yeah. She was fucking juicy, and I mean, I wanted her sexually terribly. So I finally saw her at another gig, and she actually came to a gig for the first time, and she got drunk, and she wasn't gonna fuck me. She got drunk, and she wound up coming over afterwards, and she was asking me to fuck her in the ass. And I think we kissed a little bit. And I was kissing her on the ass, and she's like, I want you to fuck me in the ass. And I'm like, she's just too drunk. I was like, pull your pants. I can't. It just hit me how loaded she was. I didn't realize how fucked up she was. And then she's at my, so you know, someone like is over, and they seem okay. And then all of a sudden they're like she puts her ass up in the air, but I realize her face is on the bed sideways, and I'm like, put your clothes on. I don't need rape charges. I get it. You know what I mean? It's like, first of all, because I'm totally sober, that doesn't turn me on.
I'm laughing at Jimmy's visual, by the way. Let the record show. Your visual, that was great.
But I realized how fucked up she was.
Sure.
Put your pants. I'm not getting charged with rape because you regret it. And even if it's not a fucking police charge, it feels predatory. It doesn't feel sexy. It's not a turn on. It's like, you're not gonna, what are you doing?
But it was probably tough.
But she was annoyed. She was annoyed
that you didn't do it.
Yeah, not because she wanted Jim Norton, but because the idea is, don't tell me I'm too drunk. I'm fine.
Right.
I'm fine. And then it's like, you got to deal with that shit.
And that proves that she's too drunk too when she starts saying it like that.
But that's scary.
Yeah.
So I told her, I got her an Uber because her car was in the parking lot. I'm like, you're fucking, and I didn't want to stay in there because I was scared. I'm like, I don't know what she's going to, I just wanted her just to go home. I'm like, let me get you an Uber. You go home, which is probably stupid. I mean, I put her in the car with a potential rapist, which I didn't think of. But I'm like, I'm going to get you an Uber. You go home. Text me when you get home. And she did text me when she got home. But
most of the Uber people are fine.
Yeah, but you never know. I had
They're
one girl
fine.
I used to hang out with. I would Uber her home all the time, and then she told me they're all creepy. They try to get me to sit in the front seat. Like, I didn't know that shit happened. So I wasn't thinking. But that's fucking scary, man. When you get someone not drunk over and you're sober, it's like, because I'm like, I see exactly how fucked up she is.
I would imagine being an Uber driver. Maybe we should take some phone calls. That's a great job to try to pick up women.
Absolutely.
I bet you there's a bunch of the guys working it properly, by the way, and probably getting some numbers.
A lot of people going in Uber are drunk, going home.
Yeah.
It's not the typical old man cab driver picking you up.
I'm sure a lot of those cab drivers are like, oh man, I wish this person was sitting in the front seat, but they got the wall.
Yeah, didn't Amy do something with a cab driver?
He fingered her.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day.
It's beautiful.
Before she became Uber famous.
Yeah.
We got Mike in Florida. His wife takes college classes. Let's say hi to Mike. Mike, go ahead.
Hi, Mike.
Hey guys, how you doing this morning?
All right.
Cool, it's pretty relevant. She was telling me that she's back for her master's, but she had to take the same sexual harassment videos and courses and webinars that they make all the incoming freshmen do. And basically about sexual harassment, it says that if you sleep with somebody and you wake up and you feel that there was something wrong about it, or you regret it, or you think that there just basically wasn't something right about it, you can go back and report that as sexual harassment or sex crime or assault or whatever you want to call it, and an investigation will be launched into exactly what happened. So you could go out, like you guys have been saying, have a couple drinks, a guy can sleep with a girl as, you know, openly and as, you know, both parties consenting as possible. But if the girl wakes up and regrets it and feels like maybe she had a boyfriend and now she has to come up with a story to get around it, she can say that she didn't want it and she had regrets, and now the guy finds himself in some kind of a mess.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's where you got, you know, it's a lot of balance.
You hope that the investigators are, you know, smart people and can work their way through these situations, because, yeah, there's definitely some gray area here.
I got a cop friend that works for like a sex crimes thing, and basically said around 2 out of 10 women that come in are lying.
Lying?
Yeah.
So 20%.
So what they do is they go, okay, we're going to call the guy right now and just start yelling at him, they raped you, and you didn't want to do it last night. That's open with that. Don't even, no small talk. And they're listening in. So right in 2 seconds, they're going to know. She goes, I didn't want to do that last night. He's like, what are you talking about? We just went to breakfast and we're going to go to the movies later. I'm going to see you in about 6 hours. We just fucked twice in the morning. What are you talking about?
Right.
And then they know, and then they do, you still want to press charges? No, and then they leave.
That's a great way to do it.
They just say, open with that right off the bat. Just go right into it. Go, why didn't want to do that last night? You forced yourself on me. He's like, what are you talking about? He goes, you know, we're hanging out. We hung out till about an hour ago. You left my apartment an hour ago.
Yeah.
Shit like that. And then they know.
And they could figure it out.
Because a lot of times, like this guy on the phone said, they got a boyfriend, they got a husband, they're going to get caught, or they feel guilty about what they did, or the husband or boyfriend might be onto them.
Yeah.
So then they go, no, I didn't want to do that. I was drunk and he raped me.
A preemptive.
The thing that sucks, to Jimmy's point that he's made a bunch of times, is, and especially on a college campus, though, if you're a guy and now you're in the middle of some kind of a sexual assault investigation, like the perception throughout the campus is that you're going to be labeled as like a rapist, and all you did was bang a chick, but she regretted it. So now, even if you know you're totally guilty, you've just been dragged through the mud for no other reason than to protect some chick's reputation.
Well, that's why I hate the way it's done. I think that sexual assault victims, it's great they protect their identity, but I think the identity of the accused should be protected until they're convicted.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, then you're raking a guy through, and you're ruining his life by putting a rape. There's nothing uglier than a pedophile or rapist tag.
What about the kids from Duke back in the day?
Exactly.
Their names were dragged all over the media.
And they were so clearly exonerated, though,
Yeah.
just because Nifong, the prosecutor, was disbarred. But that's normally, you don't get that type of vindication. Like I was reading over the weekend. These fucking guys, remember that father who said, they're raping my daughter?
Yeah. In the park here in New York City?
15-year-old girl, and people were like, let's kill these guys. I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing was a lie. The father was fucking her in the park. Her own dad was fucking her. And I don't know how she hooked up with these guys, but apparently this video, it was very consensual. No one raped her. At least these guys didn't. And a couple of them banged her or whatever. And so the one guy spoke out.
Everyone was banging her, though?
I don't know if one or two of them did. I don't even know if they knew. I don't know any of the details.
Yeah, maybe we should find the story.
But one of them came out and said, he goes, his name got leaked to the media. And he goes, I walked by, he's 15. He's like, I walked by, they go, there's the rapist. Like, I think he was expelled from something.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get rapists are they're murderable people, but you got to make sure the guy's guilty.
The story goes, the father ran out of the park, and they made it sound like this girl was being gang raped by these guys, and the father was just left her in the park because they basically told him to leave. A guy, I think supposedly the story goes, he said they pulled guns on him or something. And then it turns out most of this story was complete and utter bullshit.
Ethan Phillip, and they didn't do it. He didn't do anything wrong.
A Brooklyn teen cleared of gang sex assault charges fears he'll never live down the stigma of being labeled a rapist. Exactly. I never touched her, Ethan Phillips, 15, told the Daily News. Ethan was one of 5 teens, ages 14 to 17, accused by an incestuous father and daughter tandem of raping the 18-year-old woman at gunpoint in a Brownsville playground last month.
I have less, she's obviously a victim as well. Like, if you're fucking your own dad in the park, that didn't just happen 2 minutes ago.
Well, I could see them telling him to go. Like, you don't want to pull a train on a chick with the dad watching. Get that. Can you go take a walk?
Yeah, you're bumming us out here.
Yeah. It's tough to get a ride with three naked guys around, let alone the dad watching.
But the point is, this story was all fucking bullshit. I mean, New York City was outraged by this story.
Sure.
It was unbelievable.
And like the fucking Central Park jogger, like that, for years, everyone thought these guys were guilty and terrible, and then DNA fucking gets them off.
Right.
Like Sharpton was right about that. They weren't good guys. I mean, they were out doing other shit that was fucking awful. They should have went to jail for something, but not rape.
Right. Of course.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's tough. This whole thing, it's definitely not black and white. There's some gray areas with this whole thing, for sure. But you just know, there's a lot of girls, that are they're being raped, and as a guy, you just know that when a girl's, too drunk.
Yeah, and you got to make sure, just as a guy, to protect yourself from false charges.
At least start there. I mean, the guys have to fucking realize that, fuck.
She's too fucked up.
So fucked up. It's not easy, because you're kind of horny or whatever. But you got to at least have that awareness.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that doesn't turn me on. If someone has a drink and they're a little looser and more relaxed. I mean, look, alcohol's a social lubricant. That's what it does. But once someone's past that point, you're like, ugh, who the fuck? What do you need? Someone, even if that's not a rape thing, do you want someone vomiting in your bed? Do you really want to fuck someone that's talking like that? How do you do that?
I gotta go back.
I've done it. I've done. A girl's puked, and I've had sex with her afterwards. It wasn't like she was passed out, but yeah, I even made out with her.
I'm surprised it wasn't afterwards that she puked.
It was before and after.
I gotta go back to Jimmy's visual. So her face was mushed as her ass was in the air.
Sideways on the bed. I'm like, she's not making sense. Pull your pants on. Stop it.
You silly goose.
I didn't take my dick out. This is stupid.
Yeah. So you were kissing her ass first?
Yeah, I didn't realize how fucking loaded she was. It was like,
until you saw the face was just not.
I just realized
that just wasn't right.
I'm surprised you didn't at least go try to eat her ass, even though she wanted you to put
I was
it
in the area, but
yeah.
then
You just knew.
I just knew. I was like, put your clothes on.
The point is, sometimes you just know. That's all. At least let's try to start there.
But I talked to her at the gig. She was on a date. It was just a friend date, and she was fine. Like, she didn't seem fucked up or whatever. She's like, I'm gonna go out. I had a late show to do, and she's like, okay, hey, listen, I'll stop over after, and blah blah blah. And she was fine. And then by the time she got to the hotel, I'm like, oh great, you're a fucking alcoholic. Why wouldn't you be? Why would you? Why would I think a sober person would come to my hotel at 1 o'clock in the morning and hang out with me?
I know.
But it was hard getting her out because she didn't want to leave. I'm fine! Like that fucking shit.
Yeah, you don't want that.
So you have to be very careful how you phrase it.
Sure.
Like, look.
You don't want to insult them.
Yeah, I don't want
that'll piss them off.
I always say I don't want you to regret it. And like, look, I have to leave soon anyway. I want to make sure you get home safe. It was a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You gotta baby talk them.
Phones are lit on this topic, but all right. And then Lady Gaga sang her song, and it was pretty. Was it pretty?
Yeah, it was weird. It wasn't the best song, but her voice was amazing. The song was. I didn't like the fact that I thought she overly performed it, and that was just. It
was a bit emotional though, with the reveal at the end.
Yeah. That
oh
was
my
good.
God. All right. We see the part where all the victims come out.
Yeah, they're just from Cosby.
All right.
Yeah, she's a little. It's like you don't need to oversell it, like by overperforming it.
Not your fault.
And I know people got to take responsibility, but I guess it's like for all these years, sexual victims have been shamed, and you just didn't talk about it. They wound up committing suicide,
and then it makes it hard for them to come out.
Yeah, it's just
and tell their story.
People are just trying to figure out a way to do it where it's okay to come out and talk about it if it happened.
I truly believe that's what happened with the Cosby thing. A lot of women were just too scared to tell their fucking stories over the years.
Yeah.
Why are they coming out now? Oh, God. What do you think? Because we live in braver times, I guess, finally.
But then Hillary said something like sexual victims should always be believed. And it's like, no, after a certain amount of proof is established, they should, because by always believing them, that means you're automatically convicting the person, and you can't do that either.
Yeah, because
so what's the right way to do it?
Well, you gotta be careful, but there's some psychos out there that are willing to say say anything to fucking hurt you because they're pissed off for whatever reason.
Well, allegedly,
there's definitely that plays into this a bit.
Allegedly, a lot of those ones that Bill was fucking around with and sexually abused, like Hillary would just send people over and just shut them right down.
Yeah, I heard that.
You know
too.
what I mean? So like Trump's like, I'm gonna bring this shit out. Just basically, you better shut your fucking mouth. Man. He's the governor. He's going for president, whatever, like that. So, and Trump's like, I'm gonna bring all of that shit out if you start going.
Well, like the thing is, like they should always be believed. Well, even when your husband was accused, or was that?
Mm-hmm.
She'll have to deal with all that.
Right. Well, why don't we take a break? We could certainly talk more about this after the break. Every phone's lit. More about the Oscars. Got to get into the Trump and the KKK thing. Yep. The Chris Christie thing pissed me the fuck off. And it goes to our point that we make on this show a lot, that they're all just full of shit. Every single politician. Fucking Chris Christie went after Trump really hard during this campaign, and now he's supporting him. Did you see George Stephanopoulos on Good Morning America yesterday?
No.
Oh,
yesterday.
The interview he did with Chris Christie was great. He didn't let him off the hook. He kept playing his sound bites, basically saying, Trump, is not qualified to be president, blah, blah, blah. And then he would go, well, what do you think of this? Now what are you saying? He goes, oh, look, when you're in a campaign with someone, you say things. And it's like, no, man. I mean, as a voter, you like to think what they're saying is the truth.
Well, that's why their endorsement should mean nothing. Who gives a fuck who Chris Christie wants? Who fucking cares who Hillary goes for? Make up your own mind.
Let's find some these clips from yesterday's interview. It was really fucking good. Bravo to George. He did it. He did not let him off the hook.
Chris Christie knows this is his last gasp. Everyone loved him in Jersey in the beginning, and now the tide has turned, and he's like, you know what? Maybe Trump will make me vice president if he becomes president. That's why I'm going to do it.
Which shows it's just all bullshit.
But that's all,
right?
and it's the only reason he's doing
bullshit.
it, because he knows he's done in Jersey soon, and then nobody's going to give a fuck about him.
Right.
He started off great, and then it just petered out.
Well, we found the clips. We'll play it after the break. It was great that he didn't let him off the fucking hook. He's basically saying now what? And Christie's whole thing was, when Trump was talking about building the wall, Christie was like, well, how? And then George gave Christie a few hows. How? It's really good.
Nice.
I'm just teasing. We'll play it after we step aside for a little bit. Florentine in studio Friday. The Ice House. Oh, you're going to the Ice House in Pasadena, California.
Yeah,
nice.
me, Morgan Murphy, Dean Del Rey, we're doing the Ice House Friday night, Pasadena, California. And then March 11, 12, Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. April 1st, my one-man show is getting released on a digital download and
Very
DVD.
cool. Good
I'm
for
Your
you.
Savior, yeah.
The Ice House used to be an Ice House back in the day.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Great room.
I learned it through the Steve Martin book that I just got through.
I did not know that either.
Born Standing Up was a fucking great read. Steve Martin's book was
But you
terrific.
didn't read it. You heard it, right?
I get through more books that way.
But I think
I'm at the gym and I'm just listening to books.
That's what I do, too.
Like an old man. That used to be for old people, right?
I love listening to him.
I got my Audible finally, and I'm going through books left and right this way because you could listen in a car. Whatever, you know how to fucking listen to a book.
But there's a difference there because Steve Martin reads it and he adds stuff
was
for the book on tape that's exclusive to that's not in the book.
Oh, you went
right?
through the book on tape?
No, but when you were talking about it, I started looking into it.
Steve Martin's father was an ass. Another one with an asshole parent. Never gave him props for his career. Was very jealous because he wanted to be famous. Steve Martin's father, what was his father's name? Gene?
Mr.
Billy?
He wanted, very good. He wanted to be an entertainer.
Aston.
Glenn.
It's Glenn. You're right. It is Glenn. He wanted to be in entertainment. It didn't happen for him. And then he's got a son that becomes ridiculously famous. And he basically held a grudge the whole time. He was an asshole to Steve Martin.
Wow.
And when The Jerk came out, just a quick story from the book, and then we'll move on. So The Jerk makes Steve Martin a massive fucking movie star, right? They go to the premiere, Steve Martin with his friends, brought his father, and then they're all at dinner afterwards, and they're just waiting for Steve Martin's father to say anything about his son in The Jerk. A great performance, obviously. Remember how great that movie was?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So then one of Steve Martin's friends basically said, Glenn, what do you think of Steve Martin in The Jerk? And his response was, well, he's no, Charlie Chaplin. Sorry, I almost blew the line. He goes, well, he's no Charlie Chaplin. That's what he said about his own son in The Jerk.
What a jealous douche.
What a fucking dick. Never gave him really any props. And then late in his life, of course, it always happens when they're fucking dying. He said to Steve Martin he loves him for the first time when he was basically on his deathbed.
Yeah, he wanted to be in a nice nursing home.
For the first time, he said he loved him.
According to Steve Martin's book, never said that was the first and only time he ever said it, and he whispered it because he was fucking dying. What fucking? You're a parent. I don't understand how you could be a dick to your own kid.
No.
I don't understand it.
That's one of those raised in a different era, man. They certain people just didn't express emotion. They thought it was faggy or whatever.
Yeah.
And they just didn't.
He just didn't. He was so jealous of Steve Martin's success. His own father was jealous of his son's success. It's garbage.
Wow. So he sold real estate? the father.
And then Steve Martin did the. Go ahead. You can tell it.
After this is from an article. After my first appearance in Saturday Night Live in 1976, that's Steve Martin's father, wrote a bad review of me in the newsletter of the Newport.
Oh yeah, that's in the book.
The Newport Board of Realtors.
Yeah. Do you have the
which
review?
He was president. Later.
Yeah, his father basically had a newsletter and is trashing Steve Martin, his son, in the newsletter.
Really?
What a cocksucker.
Yeah, do you have the review?
I don't have it. I
was blown away when that part of the book happened. Please find that. It's got to be online somewhere. Trashing his own son in a fucking real estate newsletter. Are you kidding me? You find it?
Do you think that besides him being jealous that maybe Steve Martin wasn't taking care of him financially when this is going on, so that was one of the reasons why?
But with the jerk, though, then again, he was famous by the jerk, but that was more towards the beginning of gigantic fame. So if he was kind of cunty then even, you know that didn't just start. Plus, no, the first time he said he loved him was on his deathbed. He probably wasn't great all along.
Yeah, there's stories earlier on where it shows, what kind of person this guy was. Yeah, they didn't really have much of a relationship growing up way before he was famous. And he's one of these guys left home at 18. He's like, fuck, I'm moving on. The book was really honest and open, though. Wow. Talks about sleeping with girls and how tough the road was and why he walked away from his stand-up. He started seeing empty seats. Even though he was playing 15, 16, 18,000 seat places, he started seeing empty seats in the back, and he was smart enough to go, this ride is fucking over. And he felt like his act in general was more of a fad. And he was like, fuck this, and he just walked away. He didn't tell anybody, he just fucking walked away. He has a prop bag, he said, like a black prop bag where he put the arrow and all that crap. And he finished a gig, I forgot where, I should remember this, I gotta write some of this stuff down. And then he closed that bag, and he hasn't opened it since, he said. And he goes in the book, for no particular reason, but I never opened that bag again that had all my props for my act.
Wow.
Pretty.
Dice said that like in, was it 92 when he opened for Guns N' Roses at the Rose Bowl? 100,000 people. He did 20 minutes and destroyed.
Jesus.
And he said when he walked off stage, he knew. He goes, I'm never going to be this big ever again. And I got to be okay with it. He goes, and I knew that was the peak of my career.
Right.
It's never, in 20 minutes destroying in front of 100,000 people in a stadium.
Could you imagine? Amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of like I got this weekend coming up. It's funny you say that. It's a great tie-in. I have, there's Red Bank. There's 80,000 tickets sold. There's a few left.
Mount Basic Theater is a great place.
Awesome. Huntington is sold out on Friday, and then Saturday, Montclair, the Wellmont Theater, is almost sold out. And we're showing the UFC 196 after. That was just for those of you guys that want to hang out, it's Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor, and also the Holly Holm Misha Tate fight. We're showing the whole thing.
You think Nate Diaz has a chance?
Yeah. Or is it Nick Diaz? I was mixed up Nick and Nate. I think it's Nick. Sorry.
I think it's Nick, too.
Sorry.
He's
a tough motherfucker.
He had a sub in.
Always a
So
chance.
he hasn't been preparing for McGregor.
No, you hope that he's already in shape. Maybe these guys
I'm sure they're in shape, but then they train specifically for their opponent, and I don't know if he has enough time to really train, for McGregor.
Don't forget, McGregor didn't train for him either, though.
True.
McGregor didn't train for him
Good
either,
point.
so that could
Good
be.
point.
You never know. It's harder for Diaz, obviously, and he's like, I hate to say playing with house money, but there's very little. Everyone knows he's a fucking 2-week out guy.
Right.
It was like Chad Mendez fought McGregor on short notice, too, because someone dropped out. It was, I think, when Jose Aldo dropped out the first time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he beat McGregor. McGregor beat him, but Mendez took him down and gave him a harder time than he should have. And Mendez didn't have a full training camp.
Yeah.
So it can work to the other guy's advantage, too, where he catches you off guard. And Diaz, they're just tough fucking people, man. I always give that guy a chance. So we're showing that, and I think Chip is going to fucking definitely get on the mic and do one of the rounds. Not with McGregor, but one of the undercard rounds. I definitely want Chip
great.
Yeah, Chip is really fucking annoying when he watches UFC.
And then Holly Holm and Misha Tate. What do you think?
Holly Holm.
I think so.
Yeah, Misha's a good fighter.
And then that'll set up the rematch with Ronda Rousey, I would assume. They don't want to wait too long on that.
No. And I have Indianapolis, Ohio, and Michigan coming up after that. And I'm going to put up the second episode of Chip shortly. I'm rewording the title of it so it doesn't get confused with the first one.
Very cool.
But that will be up in a little while.
JimNorton.com?
Yeah, or ChipChipperson.com. I think it takes you right to it. What is this now?
Watch it. It's just.
Oh, is this Nate? Oh, Nate Diaz is fighting. Okay,
it is Nate, and we both thought it was Nick.
This is his game plan.
All right.
What is the game plan going in against him?
The game plan is to go in there, hit him with some good shit, don't get hit, and come home with a pocket full of cash.
Good old Nate Diaz. It is Nate. Okay,
Yeah,
that's funny,
yeah.
man. Did you find the real estate thing?
I found we have here. Look at that.
Wrote a bad review of him in the newsletter. This is going back to the Steve Martin thing, just to wrap that up. After Martin first appeared on Saturday Night Live, okay, Glenn, who's Steve Martin's father, became a real estate agent. He wrote a bad review of him in the newsletter for the Newport Beach Association of Realtors, of which he was president. His performance did nothing to further his career. Later, he told the newspaper, "I think Saturday Night Live is the most horrible thing on television." Glenn Martin writes, "I suppressed anything I felt about his comments because I couldn't let..." Oh, then Martin wrote, Steve Martin commented, sorry about that. "I suppressed anything I felt about his comments because I couldn't let him have power over my work." What a fucking dick. What a dick.
That's really crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
And like Steve Martin's a genius. Like he changed comedy at the time. He took it in a different direction than the way it was going.
It was incredibly unique.
Right. And his father, I mean, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. There was nothing like
it was because
offensive.
He wanted to be
Right.
famous.
It was all jealousy.
All jealousy.
Was his father a performer too, or no?
He wanted to be. He was all real estate, but he wanted to work in
He started out doing a little bit here and there, but then, I think he had to get a real job because he got married and started having, I think they had 2 kids, I believe. I think there's a sister and Steve Martin. So then there was some regret there, probably wondering, I fucking had to get a real job because of you fucking assholes.
Yeah, definitely.
I worked with him once at Letterman.
Who?
Steve Martin.
Oh, I thought you meant his father.
No,
Jesus.
no. But I shot a piece with him, and then he told me how he wanted it, and then I was editing it, and then he would call throughout the day to kind of check on it, or I would send him versions to watch, and he'd call and give me notes. So the phone would ring in the edit room, and I'd answer the phone. He'd be, "Justin, it's Steve. Listen, I saw this. I think we should do this." I'm like, okay. Just thinking, I only have an hour to get this done, and okay. And then I'd hang up the phone, and it hit me. I was like, oh my God, like Steve Martin knows my name. Like he won't remember me, but at that moment where it's like, Justin, it's Steve. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, he was fucking huge.
Damn.
He was fucking huge, man.
I would like to acknowledge to the audience.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said, go ahead.
That was a
boring story.
Well, no, but it seems like a
Shut up.
legend. It was like it's scary.
Stunk.
Sorry.
No, it wasn't.
Well, it was terrible.
That story was fucking god awful.
But it's like
He knew his name, though. I mean,
I do understand.
But I was
Wow,
like, and
who
his
else
own
knows your
father
name?
did. No, he won't know me now.
I do
but it was
understand
like,
the thrill of that.
But he's like a comedy legend.
Yes,
and
I
his
understand.
father
I know, but
can't see it. And
we're happy for you, but no one
I
out
don't
there
mean
gave
me,
a
but it's
fuck
like-
that Steve Martin knew
but
your
his own
name for a
father
couple
should
hours.
be like, no, but that's
I know
not what I
that,
meant.
but that's that whole dumb story.
Nah, you know what? I stand behind my story.
You should stand behind your story and in front of a train. That fucking story was all built just to tell people that Steve Martin knew your name.
Now, for like, he won't know
Shut
me
your
now, but for
mouth.
like once on the phone.
Are you lucky? I know your name now, and you're 2 feet from me.
If we went to commercial and you told that story, I would be slightly interested.
Humiliated.
And
No, but it was like,
happy for
but
you.
I'm talking about like from the angle of his father. I didn't.
No, you weren't.
No, I was.
You could have just said I collaborated with Steve once.
I didn't collaborate. He called. I was his edit boy.
And what's your angle with his father?
There's no
His
angle.
father didn't give a shit, and he should be proud of his son.
So what? That means
Yeah,
nothing.
but that has nothing to
so
do
you
with...
gave a shit that he knew your name.
Exactly.
No, but because I hold him in high regard for what he's done in comedy.
Look, I met
You're not
Ozzy one
helping.
time, and I said, I was in his dressing room. I go, Ozzy, where's the bathroom? He goes, it's right over there, Jim. And I felt really good that he said, it's right over there, Jim.
See?
Yeah.
But meanwhile, he was talking to Jim Norton.
And he was pointing at me at the bathroom.
Oh, wow, fascinating.
I have to get this book. I've never read this book.
Who else knew your name?
Maybe you're in it.
I wish the Grim Reaper did.
Maybe you're in it, Justin.
Maybe.
You know,
I didn't know when he wrote
this
this
one time.
Maybe one of the later ones. Yeah.
Yeah. And a special shout out to a guy who taught me about editing.
That's not what I meant. I was like,
has nothing to do with Steve Martin's father.
No, that story was shit.
We all understand you worked at Letterman. We assume you have some stories.
Yeah, most of them I can't talk about on the air.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Most of them are
You're giving the shitty ones.
Why can't you talk about them on the air? Why that, Jim? What other ones can't you talk about?
I've signed many papers saying I can't talk about.
You were bowling one time and you saw Gene Wilder and you said, "Hey, I work for Letterman." And he goes, "Oh, I watch him." Any more fucking amazing showbiz stories?
You got to step out and tell the real stories. The ones you've told me.
Do you think you might have violated the contract by telling that story?
No, because there's a certain amount.
The contract of decent conversation that people sign with each other when there's a microphone in front of them. Yes, you violated the contract that the listeners have signed up for entertainment. Fucking awful. You ought to do a one-man show and call Who Gives a Shit and tell stories like that. That fucking story was fucking awful.
The stories I can tell. Oh, God.
I can't.
I saw Sabbath this weekend. And,
Yes.
the seats were good, but...
Who got you the seats?
I just got them. My manager got them from someone's office. See how fucking awful that is when there's a story with no point? I just wanted to give you an example.
Trying to help.
I want to hear about Sabbath a little bit after
No,
the
that was
break.
the whole story.
How many did you see?
With my eyes.
How many?
Oh,
how many
sorry.
shows?
He went twice.
You went twice.
Thursday
that
and
wasn't the
Saturday.
point. I was just telling you Who Gives a Shit story.
Yeah.
It was terrible. A terrible story.
It's very rare I say something terrible.
We almost had a perfect first segment.
Yeah,
hour and a
almost.
half.
Almost a perfect first
90
segment.
minutes. Doing great.
Yeah. And then the only thing people are going to remember is your Who Gives a Fuck story.
Exactly. It was like a
great.
flight that crashes as it lands.
Yeah.
See, the
That's
way
what
I
that felt
figured,
like.
I brought us all together at the end.
Oh, Steve knew your name for
No,
a little
no, but I-
while.
but
I knew that was
Right.
going nowhere. He goes, Justin, it's Steve. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, this is the point of this fucking horrendous story.
That cannot be the punchline of this story.
It's not a punchline.
Oh.
Yeah, well, then you try to tie it up with a ball and go, how could his dad not like him? Wow. Perfect. I understand how you go from one to the other.
We assume you met a lot of people at Letterman that were famous. All right? Tell the stories you can't tell. Fuck Dave Letterman.
I can't. I've signed contracts.
Oh, fuck the contracts.
What's he going to do, sue you?
Yeah.
You'll just tell that story in court and the jury will go to sleep.
And the jury.
The jury.
Oh, shit. All right, good.
People want to hear the
it's
story
terrible.
again.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
Tell the story again.
Fucking awful. Hey, by the way, when we come back, Justin's going to regale us with stories of people whose dressing room he poked his head in.
Everything all right? You enjoying your cookies? No, I'm not. Not telling any more stories.
But he actually said your name.
Yeah, it's really
Right,
cool.
because he's like a comedy legend. Most other people, they're like, you don't give a shit about him. But it's like, holy shit, that's like, he's the guy. See what I mean? He's
Nope.
like the guy.
Nope. It's a stretch. And we knew what you did there.
I didn't,
Shut your mouth. Own up to it. That's what you did.
Own up.
You're caught.
Take the hit.
Exactly. We've all done it, Justin. It's okay. You think I've never thrown an unnecessary famous name in and made a
That
dog
wasn't
shit
the
point?
point.
Of course it was. You had 0 point. You know what you should have said in the mic?
No.
I have nothing to contribute to what you guys are saying right now.
Well, let's ask him. What was your point?
Exactly.
I don't even know.
What was it?
No, what was your
told
point?
you.
He would call you up and go, "Hey, Justin. Hey, what do you think? I like this, this, and this."
That the guy.
What's your point? For real.
I knew your
told
name.
you. No, that was not the point.
Okay, what was it then?
Yeah, what was the point?
His dad wrote a bad article about him. How does that tie into you
His
and him
father didn't give a
collaborating?
shit. Didn't give a shit.
You
about
just wanted people to know that you worked with Steve Martin temporarily.
Well, barely.
and,
worked with
and
him. He was calling in editing.
He knew your name.
Yeah, and that's.
But
like,
he was like, all right, who am I calling?
Right, but I even
so
I
he didn't even know
said-
your name. Someone had to go, oh, it's Justin.
Right, but
and
I
then he
even-
goes, oh, Justin. Make
But
him
I
believe
even
he knew who you were.
But I even said that he wouldn't know my name now.
Shut up, he didn't know it then.
He didn't know it then.
I know
he was
he didn't
asking
know
an
my-
assistant, who am I calling again?
No, here's how it happens. Here's how it happens. The phone would ring and he'd go, "This is Justin," and you go, "Justin, hey, it's Steve." He'd probably answer his phone with his name. You know how people do that?
Did you
Hi, it's
answer the phone
Justin.
with your name?
Of course you did. You had to have.
Because you had to in the edit room.
Exactly.
You know, we say edit room.
You know who he said hi, Justin, to? Eric. That's who he said it to.
I wish wish you had a bump on your head instead of Lou Gossett Jr.
Absolutely, with a target painted on it.
What? That was a callback.
It was a callback.
Fuck you. That worked.
Yeah, it came back from the beginning.
All right, that worked.
Come full circle.
Hope it's a giant lump on your head.
That's right, and on your lung. That was a terrible story.
But look, it gave us like a little bump.
Yeah, because we're fucking professionals and we're good at what we do.
I'm throwing you guys softballs. You see what I did? See, I'm like 3 steps ahead.
It made us work. That's the problem. It made us work hard.
Yeah, Steve called me and he's like, Justin. I'm like, wait, what's going on, Steve?
That wasn't a point.
I like this, and this, but I didn't like this. He was naming people. I like him, and him, but I didn't like him.
How long was the phone call? What the hell? I might as well really get into this.
I don't even remember. A long time ago.
No, how long was the actual call?
No, I know what you said. I heard you say it. I said, I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Oh, I got you. Okay. See, now you don't have confidence to stick with it.
No, why would I have confidence?
You should. You should fight for it.
Not anymore.
Fight for your story.
I'm tired.
Maybe pump it up a little bit.
Pump it up? That was the pumped up version.
How many times did he call to say your name, Justin?
Twice? 3 times?
Twice. So he didn't like the job you were doing.
No.
So he had to keep calling back.
Exactly.
My edit was terrible.
Here's how that call went. To whom am I speaking? Justin. What do you do there? I edit. Well, here's the problem, Justin.
I edit.
No, and then he says Justin. He says it in a way that he's not.
That was not the story.
Yes, Kenny.
GH, I smell some BS.
Why? You think he made up the whole thing?
No, how could he not know how long the phone call was?
Yeah, exactly, Justin.
I don't know. I didn't time it.
Justin. I'll say it like Steve Martin said it.
Well, how long could it have been?
Well, hi, Justin.
20 seconds, 30 seconds. Call it with an edit note.
What was the edit?
Lose this line, put this back in.
No, not line, life. Lose this life.
Paul?
I have a feeling the phone call was just, hey, this is Justin in the edit room. This is done for you. Oh, thanks, Justin. Click.
I don't think he's wrong.
He's fucking amazing on the mic.
You're not wrong.
Paul's amazing.
Paul's right, though.
I don't
his
think
home
he's
runs.
right. No, that's not how it was.
He's the facts king.
I can find a picture. I can now add like another dimension to this.
Self-serving Stangle?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's all right. I'm used to Kenny coming at me. Yes?
Steve Martin recognized Jim Norton, and Jimmy didn't even bring the story to everyone's attention during this part of our radio show.
I forgot. I swear to you, I forgot about it until you just said that.
See?
I'm not kidding. I forgot.
Jimmy has so many good stories that one of his good stories he completely forgot about.
I knew he wouldn't recognize my face.
But he knew that you wrote some things about him in his book.
Yeah, just as a
in your book, I should say.
I for some reason, he's not even a stand-up anymore, but I just think, like, comedians just know this shit. And again, I'm sure actors do too, but I'm like, if a comic bashes you, you probably know it if you're a comic. And I was hoping he wouldn't. I mean, I was embarrassed when he did.
You know, I gotta say, reading, if we're gonna talk about this for another minute, reading his book or whatever, listening to his book, I felt bad about some of the things I've said about him on this show, because I forgot how fucking brilliant and amazing he was when I was growing up. And he had a tough upbringing, and he worked his balls out there on the road. He grinded it out like you guys did. And, all right, he made some bad choices with the Pink Panther movie. But
how late was that?
But besides that, I was reminded through this book how fucking brilliant and a genius this guy was and is. So he made a couple bad choices, certainly, but.
Yeah, there was one of those things I regret. And again, I always put that with the thing, I had no repercussions from it. It wasn't like, oh, I wish I didn't do that because bad shit happened. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm allowed to say what I want. Nobody fucking came and said, you shouldn't say that. Yeah. But I just felt it was unfair. But whatever. The point is, he recognized my name. And then I said, well, how could his dad not have appreciated him?
That's not how.
Hold on.
See how it feels?
I'm taking a deep breath so I can boo properly.
Do you remember Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid?
No, but I wish I was looking at one. Yes, I do. Yes.
That was genius.
His earlier films were very funny.
Genius.
He went with Pennies from Heaven after The Jerk. That was an interesting choice. Changed it up a little bit. He was
The Man with Two Brains was very funny with
Genius.
Lily Tomlin.
Right.
Dr. Herf, whatever her name was. And also being there. No, not being there. What's the Lily Tomlin one? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. All of Me.
All of Me. I loved All of Me.
The Man with Two Brains was fucking, that one was out there, but there's some funny stuff in there.
That was a good one.
And then he made like a turn when it became like Cheaper by the Dozen 1 and 2.
It got very campy, more campy, and like he's playing the father of the bride. He just becomes like the dad who's confused about stuff. But again, throwing $10 million a movie at you is probably hard to say no.
I just feel, and a lot of people that do this show, including Jimmy, feel like you don't have to redo these great comedies.
Yeah, we kind of
that bothers me.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
By the way, I tweeted something about Tanner Boyle.
Oh, that was funny.
So I was making fun of Hillary's hair.
Right.
And I just watched a couple of Tanner Boyle clips from probably the funniest kid actor in history is Tanner Boyle.
Yes.
Chris, what was his name? Chris, I remember his name, Chris something. But it was just you would never, and even Billy Bob's version, they would never fucking show this.
No.
It's just like, what a great line.
Which line?
The fact that we got on this team was a bunch of Jews, spicks, niggers, pansies, and a booger-eating moron.
The greatest fucking list ever given. And he said it again when Tatum O'Neal came as a girl. Oh, it was just so fucking funny.
They ruined that movie, the remake.
Of course they
did.
did.
The kids were in the car, no seatbelts, drinking beer with Walter Matthau, and that same scene, they're all, I think they have their seatbelt. I think they're in car seats, basically, drinking soda.
They did that with the remake.
Don't remake the movie unless, especially if you're going to fucking clean it up in that way.
They did that with the remake of Arthur, too.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see it.
I chose not to see it.
A lot of the dialogue out that was in the original film.
Yeah, I chose just to blow. I've never seen that fucking film. Is it bad?
Yeah. I mean, they just had to change a lot of stuff because it just wouldn't,
Right.
That Dudley Moore was saying, which the original was great.
Yeah, we got. Oh, I thought you were leaving us because Rich Voss is calling from the airport.
Oh, good.
Mr. Voss, how are you, sir?
Not bad for a guy that really hasn't slept. When you're out hobnobbing and partying with the celebrities.
I don't know what that's like.
Rich, I want to like you today, so be nice.
I am being nice.
Right. I want to like you today because I was when you tweeted that picture of you next to the Oscar, everyone else on Twitter was trying to beat you up, and I'm sitting there like, you're going to beat him up as he's standing next to an Oscar, writing for Chris Rock. This is a pretty cool moment for my friend Rich Voss. I was feeling a little proud for you there, buddy.
Well, thank you, and I wish that Oscar was in the building, not down the street.
I didn't want to ask, but I was.
Yeah, was that in the front of the Days Inn that you were staying at?
That's where. That's in the parking garage as you park your rental.
It was in the building. It was kind of cool because we walked, me and a couple of the writers, over to where right off they get off the red carpet, then they would come right through the big hallway where there was all other cameras and stuff. And I talked to John Williams. John Williams, the composer for Star. He's the biggest composer.
Oh, okay.
I talked to the guy that won Best Supporting Actor. That was in Bridge of Spies.
Right. All right. Mark Rylance.
Yeah.
I thought he was great in the movie. I knew
he was okay, but I don't think he deserved the Oscar.
Yeah, Jimmy was shocked by that choice.
Well, who do you think? I mean, you're going to Stallone, I guess, for a lifetime of achievement. But who else?
I think Christian Bale was amazing in The Big Short.
The clips I've seen from The Big Short, his performance looked pretty good.
So was Mark Ruffalo. He was
nice. Mark Ruffalo. I hate when actors are just, there wasn't anything special in that performance. He's a very good actor, yes, but.
And Stallone was good, but I don't know if he was Oscar worthy in that. He didn't do a whole bunch of stuff. He just got cancer in it.
Yeah. I was thinking.
Also, too, the big Short had such a great cast for everybody to work off of.
That's true.
For Bridge of Spies, it was just basically him and Tom Hanks.
I know. Who did he have to work off of? A 3-time Academy Award winner.
No, but I'm saying, you know what I mean? They carried that whole movie, those two.
All right.
Pretty much. I don't know. Who am I?
Voss, we got to ask you, which line was yours from Chris Rock?
Come
on, brother. Come on.
It's a team thing.
That means none of your lines made it. Son of a bitch.
All right, well, that's what you want to think, but let me...
Because you're Voss. You would never say it's a team effort.
Yes, I would, because here's the thing with Chris, and you know this. He really doesn't need any... Chris, watching his process is unbelievable. I was there for... I've been here for 10 days, in the writer's room and going to clubs and watching him bring it from 20 minutes to 16 down to 13 to whatever, and it's unbelievable. I'm not just saying that. I really, truly, his mind thinks so quick, you know, and I really don't think he needs writers ever. He really doesn't.
He killed it. Florentine's in the studio today.
At the end, thanks for watching the BET Awards. I'm like, that's Voss.
No, see, you know,
he's not allowed to say it because I get it. You know, you can't just go, I wrote this one, I wrote this one, I wrote this one. Then people are going to think Chris didn't write anything, which isn't true. So
we think you were the grandmother line.
No, but how good was that line?
That line was amazing.
That's the way.
That is ballsy. Wow. Grandma swinging from a tree, so you can't, I don't want to ruin the line. When your grandmother's swinging from a tree, it's really hard to care about best documentary foreign short, referring to why they didn't, protest the Oscars back in the day.
Just, watching those sets at the comedy clubs, and I mean, that one, he goes, that's the one. There were certain lines. There was lines he took out that were so good that it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And also, I think, in my opinion, the last time when he did the Oscars, he was in a situation where, if he was too nice, he would lose his fans. If he was too mean, then everybody comes down on him. But I think this time, it was like, hey, it's almost like I can almost do what I got to do. You know what I mean?
Well, it's, you know what, too? Plus, since he did that first Oscars, Gervais has hosted the Golden Globes and really beaten them up. Mm-hmm. I think that when Chris first hosted the Oscars, they weren't used to having their fucking teeth kicked in by a fucking cranky stand-up. Mm-hmm. And I think that the fact that he went up there and just kind of fucking really made fun of them.
Yeah, that's become the norm now.
Handle.
That's become the norm, which is awesome.
Do you know what's funny? Did you see in the beginning when he introduced Charlize, whatever?
She called, he fucked her name up the first
Charlize
time.
Theron.
Yeah, called her Cherise.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but he said she's whiter than the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see her face? Like, these people take themselves so seriously. You're getting awards when you've already won an award in life. You know what I mean? It's like hitting the lottery. It's like hitting a lottery and then going, hey, let's go play craps and try to break the house at the casino. They've already won these.
There was a great bit, too, when he went to the Compton movie theater. I thought it was really funny to ask black people about just basically showing you how different our movie-going experiences are. Mm-hmm. They just, we're just different worlds.
Hey, Rich, I'm curious. Rich, how did, when Chris Rock was going...
I thought you were curious. You were going to ask me what it's like to headline. Go ahead.
I was, because I'm doing that Firehouse you did last week, this Friday. I want to know how it is. No, but how does when Chris is doing those sets at the Comedy Store working on his material, how does this material not get out there? Do they take people's phones away? Because why weren't people tweeting these jokes that he was doing ahead of 3 days before he was going to say this shit?
Well, they do have those phone things that you can lock in. You put them in bags, you lock your phones. Two, also, there's 10 million bouncers watching. If anybody pulls a phone out, he was also kind of bouncing around in and out of the material and other material. You know what I mean?
So you couldn't really tell which was the Oscar stuff he was doing.
Yeah, not all the time. And I just think they were just so happy he went. But that goddamn Comedy Store, the last night we were there, he went on, Chappelle went on. It's like Louis C.K. was in the other room.
Jesus.
I'm telling you, it's like it was Vince Vaughn was in the audience,
just say star-studded. Yeah. That's what you want to say.
Hey, speaking of stars, Justin Stengel has a great Steve Martin story. I think you should tell Voss the great Steve Martin story.
I want him to focus more on the Oscar stuff.
You sure?
I'll tell him when he comes in. I promise.
Voss, you want to hear the great Steve Martin story?
I want to hear how these two still have held their job.
He means us?
That makes sense. Yeah. Wait. That makes us look bad.
So did you meet anybody really famous? Did you have any good chats besides the composer and the guy?
Exactly. Did you go to a good after party?
Well, I went to the governor's ball, which everybody was there.
Yeah, it was on your chin.
What's that?
McGreevy.
And then I could have went to Bonnie. What do you call it? Bonnie was across town, and I could have went to Kevin Hart's party, but I had to get up at 4. And to me, I'm not big
make
on
sure you
porn.
get sleep the night after the Oscars. You're right.
Yeah, why didn't you stay an extra day, Rich?
Yeah, you should have just stayed up and take it all in.
Stay one more day.
Listen, my experience was great enough being there, being involved, and I don't have to go to a dumb party. I don't drink. What am I going to do? Stand there like just a jerk off?
Yeah, because you got fucking A-listers all over the place. That's a room you want to be in to just check it out.
Listen to me, you starstruck jackass. I don't care about that kind of stuff.
Oh, you care. You care a lot.
I know. I know. Bonnie wasn't ready, so we just didn't go.
Okay, good.
What do you mean she wasn't ready? What was she doing?
Right. She had plenty of time to get ready because she didn't get a ticket to the show like you did. I heard there was only one ticket to be had.
Yeah, the tickets, because there was more writers. The tickets were hard to get, and she had to do Mark Maron's podcast yesterday. So she had to leave, and it was almost impossible to get back in. I mean, roads were closed everywhere. So she just hung out with her friends.
Okay. And
then I went to the governor's ball, and I called her, and I saw Kevin Hart's manager, and he said, "Do you want to go to the party?" I go, he put us on the list. I called Bonnie, and by the time getting Bonnie back to the hotel, getting her dressed in the gown, she's a broad. So I just blew it off. But I mean, I saw a lot of people there. I mean, I talked to people. I talked to Kimmel for a few minutes. I don't know. I just was amazed by the whole thing. Standing in there, DiCaprio walking right by you. I said hi. I saw Kevin Hart. We said hi. But you're standing there, and every major star is just walking by. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, it's mind-boggling. I don't know if that's the right word because I don't have a great vocabulary. So it just, we took pictures and I hung with some of the writers, and and then we went down to the room, during the Oscars, and we were sending stuff up. But he didn't need anything. Everything went so perfectly.
Right.
I've never seen anything go so smoothly.
That's great.
So I mean, I think also this.
What was the? Let me interrupt you for a second. What was the Stacey Dash bit all about? I know she basically was on Fox and Friends, I think, saying that she doesn't agree with Black History Month, right?
Yeah, BET.
And BET. But I still didn't really understand that whole thing. Anybody? Jimmy, did you understand that?
No, I forgot about that. He just said it. What did she say when she came out?
She came out. We have the clip here. Why don't we just play the clip real fast while we have Rich Voss on the phone? I'm trying to wrap my head around what they were going for here. I mean, she obviously was there to piss off people.
Hello?
We're just trying to find to get this clip.
Yeah, hold on. Let's play this right. Hold on one sec, Rich.
I cannot wait to help my people out. Happy Black History Month. Thank you.
What was the setup, though?
You're right about Black History Month. She was just...
But Chris Rock's here. You got to play from the beginning for the setup.
The Academy has taken steps to fix this problem, and that is why it is my honor to introduce the new director of our Minority Outreach Program. Please welcome Miss Stacey Dash.
Yeah, see, she doesn't give a fuck about this controversy whatsoever. That's why they went with that. Okay.
I guess that was a bit. I mean, she's just Fox News, and they're completely,
Well, she's against BET and Black History Month and all that. She's very vocal about it. So that's why the whole thing works. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Look, everybody's saying it's probably the best monologue in the last 10 years since she did the last one. I mean, personally, I also love Gervais when he does it on the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
I love comics doing it. When comics do, especially edgy comics.
Well, of course, he was perfect with the controversy. He was the perfect host for the Oscars. That's why these dummies going, Chris Rock needs to step down. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
And he had a great line for that, his joke.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's always someone that is unemployed.
Also, too, he's like a no-fail act. You see acts that don't fail. And, his like...
Not in this room,
That's funny. That's funny. I don't know. It's just, it was cool. I can't wait to get home, see my, kid. And I played Bel Air Country Club when I was out here. It's been 10 days in L.A., man.
Wow. You're ready to come home.
Who's your kid staying with?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
How close were you to Lou Gossett Jr.'s bump?
Oh, God. I didn't see him.
I just want the bump removed. I'm a little worried about Lou Gossett Jr. Maybe we can get Dr. Steve after the break. We'll do that.
Listen, it
right.
was good. Did you see how good Eddie, whatever his name is, looked from the Danish? How funny was the bit with Tracy Morgan?
Yeah, the Danish girl.
And with Leslie and stuff. Look, it just
Leslie was very funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's brilliant. He had a great writing team. Everything. The showrunner and the head writer.
All right.
Just were perfect.
Who's the head writer?
Now, listen.
Who's the head writer? Who's the head writer?
Chuck Sklar.
Okay.
All right, Rich. Well,
all right. Well, listen.
Oh boy.
I could. Well, don't. Oh boy. I'm just saying. I'm wrapping this up saying.
Oh, good.
Thank you for having me on. You know, I'm a big fan. What?
I was just gonna say I was very happy for you, for real, Rich Voss. So.
You know, do you think I really pay attention to those other people?
Yes.
All the time.
It was a very good moment for you, Mr. Voss. I think you're coming in tomorrow. Oh, he hung up on us.
I guess he's not.
It's weird. This Oscars bit that they did about the Black Martian.
Yeah.
The Larry Wilmore show on Comedy Central did the exact same bit the night before.
No.
I mean, exact. Of course, this was probably shot first. I don't know if they stole it from anybody.
Right.
But I'm saying Larry Wilmore bit show. Watch the Larry Wilmore show bit on the Black Astronaut, and then you watch the Oscars bit the next night.
All right, let's play this real fast.
Oscars are Sunday.
Oscars are Sunday. That's all we get.
How to disable? Oh goodness, disable the ad block.
Hey, we need some filler. Do you have another Steve Martin story, Justin?
I have other stories, not Steve Martin.
Want to just retell it? It was so good, and we got a new audience now.
Barbara Walters yelled at me once.
Why?
Did she say, Justin?
No,
I'm mad at you.
No, but Star Jones came to my aid and said, "Barbara, leave that boy alone." There's that story.
But she didn't say.
What was she
Barbara,
yelling at you about?
I don't know. She just yelled at me in front of.
You don't know what she was yelling.
She agreed. She agreed to shoot a script, and then I showed up there, and we were shooting it in a commercial break of The View, and so she yelled at me in front of her audience, and she didn't want to do it. She had her own idea, and wasn't.
She's a cunt, right?
She just wouldn't. She just didn't really agree with how we did business.
Just a bit twatty, no?
She was difficult that day, and Star Jones said...
she was difficult that day.
Star Jones said,
all right, let's...
leave that boy alone.
I want to see what Jimmy's talking about. I didn't see this. Larry Wilmore did the Black Martian bit the day before the Oscars. It aired.
Lack of diversity. I mean, personally, I feel like many of the major roles could have been played by actors of color. Or could they? Have a look.
The accident that took the life of astronaut Mark Watney was a tragedy. But though his body remains on Mars, the spirit of this brave explorer will remain with us, his family, here on Earth, forever. Thank you.
Mission Control Center.
Tough day, boss.
Toughest.
Boss? You're gonna want to see this. I think I got a transmission.
Hello? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Hello? This is astronaut Mark Watney. I am alive.
I'll be goddamned. Son of a bitch made it through.
It's a miracle. Oh my God.
Let's bring him home, boys. Let's do whatever it takes to get Mark Watney back on.
You know, it'd be really hard to bring him back. Like, super hard.
Yeah, and I literally just did that press conference like a minute ago, so it'd be weird to like do another one. You know, what are you gonna do?
Hey, I grew potatoes to stay alive. I figured out how to make water. I did it, guys. I did it. Send somebody to get me.
It's not like he's Matt Damon.
Wait, what?
It's just gonna cost too much, I feel like.
Yeah. Is he worth the money? And
yeah,
he's not.
What the f***? You hear me? I know you hear me. Son of a
So,
bitch.
You want some lunch, huh?
Great idea. Yes. Such a long
What does
day.
everybody feel like?
Chinese food?
I had Chinese last night. What about Antonio's?
Yeah, Antonio's closed.
What?
Yeah. What? Weeks ago.
That's devastating news. It's heartbreakingly devastating.
Gary wants Indian.
Well, why don't we just do food court? How about this? I'm buying.
Guys, hello? What the hell is going on? You hear me? You see me? What? Really?
We really earned it.
What, even the black dude is gonna leave? Wow.
See, that's very similar.
I mean, that's really fucking close.
Goes back to our discussion. So who was ripping who off there?
I think it was one of those things where they're both just doing
had the same idea. It happens a lot more than I guess we realize. I don't think anyone was ripping off anyone there. They both filmed their sketches independently.
Yeah.
Well, the Oscars one was probably filmed a couple of weeks ago.
Right, and that was probably filmed a week ago, whatever.
Maybe it could have been another writer from the Oscars talking to a writer from the Daily Show.
Yeah, sure, but I mean, sure, it could have happened.
Saying how this is, we just did this bit.
Yeah.
And that guy might have been struggling. He goes, hey, how about this bit?
Or they just had the same idea, which absolutely happens with you guys.
Which, that really wouldn't happen.
I just am happy I don't have a similar Steve Martin story, Justin.
I have others. I'll dig around.
Yeah?
I'll find
Other
some.
stories you could tell?
Yeah, I'll find
that aren't part of the contract that you signed?
I'll find something.
That's wonderful.
I found a photo from that day.
Let me see the photo.
I'll find here.
Oh, but it's not ready to go.
Yeah.
We've talked for 2 hours. We should probably break.
Yeah.
Let me see the photo.
There's the photo.
I can't see it. I just see your laptop.
Pretty amazing.
There's the photo.
Oh, it's you pointing and Steve ignoring you. Or well, you're just closest confidant in this process.
It's got me snorting. All right, we'll be back.
This episode is now up. I've tweeted it. And
good.
The Chip Chipperson episode is now up.
Where do they go again?
Just go to chipchipperson.com and it will take you right there, or jimnorton.com, and you can see episode 2.
Perfect. We are back. Oh, it's Steve on the line. Nice.
Oh, boy.
And we got Florentine in the studio.
He's taking a shit, I think.
Oh, I need to take another one myself.
Do you?
Yes.
You guys got to go back to back. Over
back
a bucket.
to back and belly to belly.
No, you just bang your spines together and you squat over a bucket. Take a couple of tandem duties, I like to call it.
Oh, God. Let's say hi to Dr. Steve. Good morning, Dr. Steve.
Good morning, my friend.
We like calling you about medical things, right?
Yeah, sure, anytime.
The good old weird medicine thing. I got a weird medicine for you.
Okay.
Lou Gossett Jr., the bump on his head. Did you see that last night?
Now I'm looking at a picture of it right now.
You are?
I looked at it this morning when you first talked about it, and I sent a little text to Jimmy about it, but...
Why not me? I was the one that brought it up.
Well, because, I don't know, I figured he would have more time to look at his text.
We're not pals anymore.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
no, it's not.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
Well, it was a weird text you sent me, if you want me to read it. It said...
No, I can...
No, it said, Jim, don't tell shithead, but...
Oh, I have to laugh that hard at it.
That's pretty funny.
We all know Jimmy's funny, but you're making it a little too real with that.
Thank you, Dr. Steve.
The bump, though. Now,
yeah,
dude, come on. You could remove that, right?
You can.
Okay.
Most likely.
What is it? I mean, obviously you're not his doctor, but...
Right. The most common type of cyst that you'll see on the scalp like this that has that sort of dome-like or oblate spheroid shape to it would be a sebaceous cyst. And a sebaceous cyst is basically a bit of skin that's growing under the skin. I think most people know that your skin sloughs off on a daily basis. But if you have a little injury that places dividing skin cells under the skin so it can't slough off, it's got nowhere to go, so it forms a cyst.
Okay.
And it's the same, and inside that cyst is like cottage cheese, and it is nasty. It smells. That's what Voss has behind his ear.
Oh,
the sebaceous cyst.
So,
there's very little. If you think about it, there's very little room to expand between the skull and the scalp. You know, it's just really tight there, and so these cysts kind of spread out, and you get a little dome-like lesion there.
Can you pop it?
You can. The way
squeeze it out? Squeeze out the cottage cheese?
Yeah, if you just squeeze out the cottage cheese, it'll come back, though. So what you have to do is you have to take out the cyst wall. You have to take out those cells that are actively dividing. So when you do this, you make a little incision over it, and then you...
Oh, my God, we're looking at one.
Yeah, there you go. And then you dissect around it to get all that tissue off, and then you want to bring the thing out all in one piece if you can.
Oh, my God, we're looking at popped a huge sebaceous cyst on my aunt's head. That's
sebaceous cyst. He sounds like a guitar player.
Nice. It looks like
oh my God,
like maggots coming out.
Yeah, oh, it's horrendous.
Yeah, does that smell?
He said it smells really bad, Jimmy.
Oh, it's just like rotten protein, and if they get infected, it is the most foul thing that ever happened to me. And this was years and years ago before HIPAA, so I think I can tell this story. But it was a large infected sebaceous cyst on somebody's back, and it was at least 10 centimeters in diameter, so that's 4 inches. And when they get infected, the pressure builds up, and so I popped this thing, and it was infected sebaceous cyst, and pus came spewing out all over my glasses to where I couldn't see and into my mouth.
Wow. I've had similar experiences, but not medical, if you know what I mean.
And the smell, I mean, it chased everybody out of the room, and this stuff is in my mouth, because when it comes spewing out like that, the first thing you do is open your mouth real wide in surprise, and then it gives you an entry place for that stream to just, bathe your tongue with its goodness.
How bad did it taste?
Oh, dude. I puked. I puked at thinking about it. That's how bad it was.
I just started dry heaving a little bit. Just you describing that. So, that's
really
good to know that Lou Gossett Jr. could get that removed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If that's what it is. It's very easy to do. Now, he'll have a scar there, but it won't. If you do it right along what we call the resting skin tension line, you can make that scar really small and barely noticeable.
So you could just leave it there with all that shit in there, and it's not going to be a problem, no health issues?
You can leave it alone as long as it doesn't get infected. And the problem, think about it, this thing's growing, and there's pressure for it to grow outward, but then the skin gives you inward pressure, so it will stop growing when the outward pressure equals the inward pressure. And if it gets infected, now all of a sudden that outward pressure is tenfold, and so that thing will grow and grow. So then it's got to be removed.
We're gonna tweet out some of these videos. Yeah, Paul, you're really bothered too, huh? Yeah. I just made a weird noise because they're popping it on this young kid's head, and it went spraying out across the room.
Yeah. I have a worse video if you want it.
No.
And it's medical. It's a medical video. It's not a
I'm not doing the beheadings.
No, I probably it's not. It's a medical
I'm
video.
not doing the, what's that one site you go to? I ain't going there.
Well, there's something on that site, but it's a medical thing.
You sure?
100%.
You wouldn't lie to me.
No, I'll tell them what to look for.
All right. Chaotic or whatever it's called you usually go to?
I don't know if I haven't even watched this one. I don't like watching these things.
What I could do the cyst popping videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I mean.
And then hold on. Let me show you.
Oh boy, Jimmy's got something. Jimmy's got something, Dr. Steve.
No way. Whatever it is.
Dr. Steve, I'm going to try to come see you in April.
Yes.
Yeah, you coming?
I want to.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I guess I got to start planning, huh? Bob Kelly's going to be doing a comedy show for you down there.
Is he doing the same venue I did?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great venue to have down there.
I want to try to go and support Bob Kelly and my friend Dr. Steve. It's in April, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's in April.
How are tickets?
Good. Yeah, we're doing good.
All right, you'll sell that thing out.
Yeah. Florentine was amazing.
Nice.
People are still talking about it.
That was fun.
He seemed to like the crowd. He was supposed to do 50 minutes. He did an hour and 20. So
Great.
That made me think that at least he liked the crowd. That's how I interpreted it.
No, there was just nothing else to do that night in the town.
Yeah,
I figured I'd kill some time.
You looked around and went,
yeah.
I might as well stay up here.
Yeah, it's either the Target, the fucking gas station, or back to the hotel. So
it's in a slow area.
No, it's nice. It's a nice area.
It's all right.
The hotel's really nice.
Trying to hook Florentine up with my partner in the comedy venue.
Yeah, what happened with that?
Yeah, no, she's a dude. You live in Jersey.
She's a
and
dude?
She lives in Tennessee.
Oh.
No, she's a girl. She's a woman. She's
I
hot.
heard she's a dude.
Oh, Jesus
No,
Christ.
she's gorgeous.
All right, wait. Wait. All right,
Well, what is this?
All right,
Jesus
we got
Christ.
it. We got the video. Jimmy wants us to
It's not a
see.
beheading. It's a
What?
hit play.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen. Make it bigger. You don't understand. She's Asian. It could be she's just sitting there wearing a green shirt. It's not a good video.
Oh.
But there's something wrong with her physically.
Oh. How bad could it be?
She has cancer.
Oh, God! What the fuck?
What are you doing? Stop it in the video.
It looks like a mouth.
I just think how bad that must smell.
Oh, God.
What is that? How is she still alive?
I don't know. It's an open, giant mouth with white pus on it. It's gigantic on her chest. It's like breast cancer, I guess. If that's what it is, you can't. Cause there's no language thing. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Can you send the link to Dr. Steve immediately?
Send it to my cell phone. They can do that.
Isn't that a fucking horrible?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't see it?
I'm watching Opie's reaction instead.
I wonder how Jim took that. It's just a gross cancer. It's a tumor.
You can watch this.
It's not a beheading or violence. Just check it out. See what you think.
I DM'd it.
Yeah, show Jim. It's not.
You can watch
it's just
this.
you've just seen his reaction.
All right, he's looking. See.
Is that fucking horrible? It's violating on some weird level.
Did you guys send it to Dr. Steve?
I DM'd it, though.
Why are you showing her the camera?
It's on your DM, Dr. Steve.
It's on my DM.
Yes, that would be your...
you mean on Twitter?
Your Twitter DM.
Okay, let me check it. Hang on.
It's almost like there's no...
How is she still alive?
I don't know.
Let's see what Dr. Steve says.
See, that doesn't bother me that much. It almost looks like it's a special effect in a movie.
Yeah.
Right.
To me, so it's... Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at it now.
Maybe it's a beauty mark. that went bad.
Is it leaking, too?
It looks like it smells so bad.
Oh, how do you let that go?
Uh-oh.
Are you looking at this thing?
No, it went to some other dang thing.
Dang?
Some other dang deal.
Easy.
Whoa,
language.
watch out.
I mean, I know we have language.
Oh, shoot, I just deleted it. Send it to me.
Dang, shoot. Be careful. We don't want to get fined by the FCC, sir.
She's not that bad looking. If she didn't have that thing, I'd bet, huh?
Yeah. Even with that thing, you would.
Yeah. It's extra hole.
That is brutal. What is that? It stopped the show. I understand that, but I want Dr. Steve to look at this and please explain. Oh my God, this is brutal.
All right, I'm opening it in my browser instead of in Tweetcaster. That might.
Oh, in your browser.
Tweetcaster stinks.
What else do you got in your browser?
Exactly.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
It's just a woman lifting her shirt, and she has breast cancer, and it's just the worst thing.
Go at least 20 seconds.
No, it just goes to some jug video. I don't know what this is. Oh no! Oh God! No, I don't want to look at that. That's
You got it?
No, it's just opening up window after window.
You gave some fucking virus.
Oh my God! No, I can't see it.
What do you mean you can't
see
it?
I can't see it.
I
I'm
did.
telling you. It's, oh my God.
Don't tweet this out. I'm going to fuck everyone's...
People looking over my shoulder, and it's open like 150 windows.
No, we really want you to see his video.
I want to see it too.
I wish we did that to you on purpose. I really do.
It's on your Twitter feed right now. Why don't you just go right there?
Go to our Twitter. Yeah. Go to the show's Twitter. It's right there. I can see it.
I believe you. Okay, let me do it.
All right, go to our Twitter.
Okay, I'm doing it.
All right.
Okay, NSFW. Okay, got it.
All right, and now push play on that.
Okay, I can see the thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. And then when I push play... Oh, there we go. Okay, got it.
All right, here we go. She has a green shirt, right?
Yep.
She's about to lift up that shirt.
Okay, here we go. All right.
You do great radio.
Oh, this is my fault.
Well, fucking fill in the dead air. You've done it.
Okay, that's breast cancer. Okay, so what that is?
That is
most likely inflammatory breast cancer, and you'll notice that she's elderly.
Right.
And the interesting, I've seen this before. There are particularly elderly women who will get a fungating breast lesion, and they'll just let it go, and then the family will bring them in when it starts smelling, And
does that smell right there?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it won't kill him?
No, and if apparently an active immune system is required to die from breast cancer, because I've had ladies, my grandmother was 100 when she died, and she got breast cancer when she was 88, had something not too dissimilar from this. I mean, they caught it a lot sooner than that. And she had a mastectomy and never bothered her. And then you'll see, a 30-year-old woman that'll get breast cancer and they don't do well. So
A fungating breast lesion?
Yep.
I've never heard that term before.
Well, look at that.
Sounds like a band worth seeing, though.
Would fungating not be the word that you would use?
That's a wonderful word. It's just I wouldn't have thought of it like that.
Yeah.
A fungating breast.
That is brutal.
It's so fucking awful.
I'm amazed she's still alive, but you're saying you could live through that.
Yeah,
it's leaking on her pants. Did you see that part?
Yeah, she doesn't have the best clothes.
Florentine, you got to see it leaking on her pants.
What's worse, this or Justin's Steve Martin story?
Oh, wow. You know what? That's tough.
This is harder to look at, but but Justin's it's more offensive to nature.
Yeah, I heard Justin talk to Steve Martin.
Yeah, it was a really cool
Did you like the story? What did you think of that story?
Steve Martin reacted to him the way we reacted to this woman's breast.
That's not what I said.
What do you think of the story, the Steve Martin story?
Yeah, no, I didn't hear. I'd love to hear him tell it again.
We're too deep into this medical stuff. I'll tell it later.
No, we need to lighten up the mood a little with some.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it would be really funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And make that lady feel good about herself.
Now, if that lesion has invaded the underlying tissue, then she would be in big trouble.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of times it'll stay right in the breast, and I've seen elderly women that have things almost as bad as that and survive it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that picture, you can't believe this woman is still alive.
Right.
A breast could look like that, and you could live through it. That's
right. Yeah.
All right, Dr. Steve, Weird Medicine is the place to be.
That's right. 10 p.m. Saturdays on this channel, and other times at E-Rock's pleasure.
That made Travis laugh pretty hard. Are you trying to say he just puts it here and there, willy-nilly?
I don't know when we're on, but that's okay. I appreciate E-Rock's support, and he puts us on whenever he can.
I think he fills in some...
And check us out at riotcast.com, too. Jim and I are on the same network.
Right.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
All right, take care.
All right, see you, Steve.
Okay, see you, man.
Dr. Steve. It's, good to know that Lou Gossett Jr. could get that squeezed out. At the very least, get some of that cottage cheese squeezed out of that lump. So, moving on. Governor Christie. I think Governor Christie is looking like a fool.
Like I said before.
Whether you like or hate Donald Trump, I think
Chris
Christie endorsing him is making him look like a fool.
He's trying to be the vice president. If Trump gets...
Well, I would...
It's nominated. He's going to... who would Trump pick if he was going to?
Well, as soon as I saw this, I assumed that they made a deal already behind the scenes, and they're just not announcing it yet.
But why would you want him?
Because why would you do this?
Well,
he's got a pretty good political career going himself.
But you would think whoever, like when it's down to the two guys on the Republican side, that you then make a deal. It's like, all right, you drop out, but then you'll be my VP, and then you get all of his followers.
Yeah.
No, but you also, you want to get someone, he's too much of an East Coast guy. It's a New York guy and a Jersey guy.
So it wouldn't be a good matchup.
I say you pick someone from somewhere else in the country who draws different people than you.
And that could deliver you a state. Everyone knows that. That's the VP is based on if you could deliver a state in many cases.
And Christie's...
In this campaign, Ohio, Florida, right. Those are very important places.
And then, Christie, people in Jersey are really down on Christie.
Right.
They pretty much abandoned everybody to run. And,
and I'm
ever
not
since
saying...
the bridge scandal...
Yeah.
His number's been way down. So I think that for him, it's like, you know what, I'm going to endorse him and hopefully I could be vice president. He'll pick me as vice president. And Trump can't make a mistake like what's his face did with getting Sarah Palin. So.
Well, Trump got Sarah Palin.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, he's got to make
Sarah Palin.
He's not going to lose any votes if he gets Chris Christie.
I think I say Palin. Is it Palin or Palin?
Sarah Palin.
Palin?
It's a combination in between.
A little bit of both?
Yeah, Pauline is wrong.
Pauline would be the wrong one. And this isn't an insult to the Trump supporters. If you were following this campaign at all, Chris Christie said some pretty nasty things.
None of the Trump supporters take anything as an insult.
Oh, that's true, too.
They don't give a fuck. If Trump could come out tomorrow and say he's cheating on his wife, he just knocked up a 20-year-old, and he won't lose one vote.
He would go up in the polls.
He'll go up in the polls.
All right, so I checked this out yesterday. George Stephanopoulos was talking to Christie, and he did not let him off the hook as far as supporting Trump, considering what he said during the campaign. And we got a little taste of that for the people.
Meg has always been free to express her views, and I honor her, and we absolutely adore our relationship with her, and I'm sure it'll continue.
Some of your supporters say you promised them you would not endorse Donald Trump. Joe McQuaid, the publisher of the New Hampshire Union Leader, says you promised him on a phone call you wouldn't endorse Donald Trump.
No, that's just not true. He called me 2 days after the primary and said, I was just told that you're about to endorse Donald Trump. And I said to him, that's absolutely untrue. I'm not about to endorse anybody. But that's all the conversation
He didn't say you would never endorse him.
No. Okay, I said I wasn't endorsing him then. That's what he had a New Hampshire person on the ground tell him that. And I said, Joe, it's 2 days after the primary. Mary Pat and I are just taking a deep breath. We haven't thought about what we're going to do next in this race.
Let's talk about the policy in this campaign right now. During your campaign, you ran as a straight-talking truth teller, specific answers to America's challenges. And here's what you told voters to question Mr. Trump.
I tell everybody who goes to a Donald Trump event, if you get to ask a question, just ask him how. First, he says he's going to build a wall across the entire border between the United States and Mexico. How? How is he going to make the Mexicans pay for the wall? How? They are a sovereign nation.
You're backing him now. What's the answer?
The answer is he will do it.
How?
The fact that
George goes, how? Nailed him with the whole how thing. You see his face?
Panic face.
You see his face, and we went, oh, boy.
Did you see his face before they start rolling the clips?
No.
Here, hold on.
Here's what you told voters to question Mr. Trump.
I tell everybody who goes to a Donald Trump.
Yeah, what they should do, though, even though this is typical politician shit.
Yeah.
But they all do it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like, this is just... you should do this with every single candidate who then endorses...
Yeah. This is the latest one, that's all.
It's all I've been complaining about it for a long time. I don't understand why we care. Who gives a fuck who he endorses?
I know.
Endorsements are shit.
Well, then,
who cares who other people are going for?
Then he was just lying to us when he was going up against Trump?
They're all doing it.
Yeah.
They all do it.
Push play.
You're backing him now. What's the answer?
The answer is he will do it.
How?
The fact is that he's going to have to answer that question. And he will. You know, George, this is February. This is February of a campaign. And let's say this. You look at everybody else on that stage, and there have been many more specifics from a lot of other folks on that stage. And that was part of my argument during the campaign. But there I am as somebody who's running for president making my argument.
We're 8 months into this campaign. The wall has been his signature issue. He says it's his go-to line whenever he needs applause. You've now had the Mexican president, 2 former Mexican presidents. The Mexican foreign minister in the Washington Post this morning calls this a racist, ignorant, and absurd proposal. You know that Mexico's not going to pay.
Well, listen, George, what would you expect Mexico to say? That's, of course, what they're going to say.
So what's the mechanism? How is Donald Trump going to force Mexico to pay?
Listen, I think that there is great ways to be able to use diplomacy and other tools to be able to come to compromise with nations that are both our neighbors and around the world. And we'll work on those things. And that's what leadership does. Strong leadership is able to exert those things and be able to talk to folks about what advantages and disadvantages are of certain policies. The fact of the matter is that there won't be any question about Mr. Trump's strength and his resoluteness in terms of getting the things done that he's wanted to get done. That's what his whole career has shown.
What's the answer? How? That's the standard you set.
And it is the standard I set, and he will answer that question. But, you know, to me, I'm not answering the question for him this morning. That's the way he will answer it.
But he hasn't answered it.
Well, listen, I think what he's talked about is the trade relationship and working on the trade relationship, and he talked about that yesterday, and using that as a lever to get them to do things on immigration. And I think that's a perfectly appropriate way to discuss this, and is a part of the bilateral relationship that should be a part of the conversation.
Before you were opposed to tariffs, that's what he's talking about.
Listen, I'm not going to support everything that happens in any campaign, but what I will tell you is that an appropriate conversation between 2 countries, there are all types of appropriate conversations to have between 2 countries, and that's what will happen when Mr. Trump's president.
Your signature issue in the campaign was entitlement reform. You've been talking about it for years. You say reforming Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid are essential. It's time for a candidate who speaks hard truths. Donald Trump is the only candidate who said he's not going to touch Social Security. Here's what you said about that.
Oh, boy.
They say, Mr. Trump, what would you do on Social Security? He said, when I become president, the entire country is going to get so wealthy, so amazingly wealthy and rich, that we're not going to have to worry about Social Security. How?
Again, the question is how.
Yeah, and listen, I think that we need to do something on Social Security. I've made that really clear. And so, listen, Donald Trump and I are not going to agree on every issue.
But this is the signature issue of your campaign.
But doesn't mean that you have to agree on every issue, George. It's not the signature issue of my campaign. The signature issue of my campaign was national security, keeping America safe and secure from terrorist attacks, and making us a better ally and neighbor around the world. That was the signature issue.
I want to get to that.
Now, Social Security is an important issue, and I've laid out my views on that, and I'll certainly share my views with the candidate. The fact of the matter is, though, when you look up on that stage, no one else has a plan on Social Security, George.
But no one else
on Thursday. No one else has a plan on Social Security. So why aren't we testing all these other candidates as well?
I've asked all the candidates lots of questions on that issue,
and none of them have an answer.
But the debate on Thursday night, he says the answer on Social Security is eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. In all of your speeches, you said that's not an answer. We need hard truths.
Listen, I've given my answer on Social Security, George, so I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. What I'm saying to you is...
So you're disagreeing with Donald Trump?
What I'm saying is that he's going to give more complete answers.
He can't just... This is why... And he's in a tough spot.
Yeah.
Because they're not used to being called out on endorsements. Yeah. But this is why they're so hateable. But no, it's all double talk.
Of course.
All of it is shit.
And we acknowledge it happens on both sides
of course
all of them.
I like Chris Christie. I genuinely like him.
But George really put him in a tough spot. Could you play just a little more? It goes on for another 5 or 6 minutes, but I think he talks about the refugees next.
On these issues. And let's hold every candidate to that same standard. Let's hold every candidate to that same standard. The difference in this race is that some members of the media and others want to hold Mr. Trump to a different standard than they want to hold the other candidates to. Let's get Senator Rubio, Senator Cruz.
Don't you think they've been more specific than Donald Trump?
Not on Social Security, they have not. Absolutely not, sir. I'm the only person who put out a specific plan on Social Security. So let's hold everybody to the same standard. And I'm happy to do that.
But just to be clear, you do not believe that you can solve the problem of Social Security by eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse?
No, I put out what my plan is on Social Security. And by the way, that was on a bigger issue. His answer on that was on paying for a tax cut. That was not just on Social Security. It was on paying for a tax cut.
He said that on Social Security many times, but I do want to get to national security because you're right. You did talk about that, made that a central issue of your campaign as well. And one of the core issues of Donald Trump has been this ban on having Muslims enter America. Here's what you said about that.
The idea of banning all Muslims for this country is ridiculous. And the reason it's ridiculous is because you don't need to do that to make America safe. When Donald Trump said that, he was dead wrong. And he's dead wrong now.
Is he dead wrong now?
Listen, and that's not what he says any longer. He's backed off of that position over the course of time. But that's a big difference, George. That's a big difference from where his position was. That's a big difference from where the position was. And what we need to do...
So you endorse the one he has now?
Excuse me. Let me answer, George. What we need to do is have a coherent national security policy that's very clear. That says that we need to go after
double talk, shit, double talk, shit.
And Christie's smart enough to realize just keep talking so George can't get in there.
Yeah.
He knows to go on a commercial break in a couple minutes. Just keep babbling.
This was on yesterday morning. It was amazing. It was amazing because you got to see Christie's face. He's like, oh boy.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot. But again, I would hope that all candidates, I like that Stephanopoulos is doing this, all these fucking fakes that bash somebody and then endorse them should have to answer these questions.
Absolutely.
How can we believe anything you say now?
We're not just, we're attacking all of them. It's got to be said. But this is the latest example.
But these tough interviews are not given to every time a candidate actively is bashing another person. You know, why can't he say, yeah, I still don't agree with his position on that. I like him, but I don't agree with his position on that. You're right. Yeah, I actually didn't think he should have said that. Like, well, no, yeah, well, no. It's like an improv class. Always agree. Always say yes. It's like, why can't you just say, I didn't like that he said that?
Well, because he went after him pretty hard in those sound clips that George is playing. Play a little more.
Who want to do harm to this country. And having good, competent law enforcement. Mr. Trump has talked about the idea of making sure we restore NSA authority.
Now he's Mr. Trump instead of Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really are beginning to annoy me, Chris. Mr.
This race have not been in favor of, like Senator Cruz. He has stood up and said that he wants to make our military stronger, which we need to do. He stood up for law enforcement in ways that other candidates in this race have not done. So let's not just take one section of it and make that the entire national security policy. There's been a lot of other conversations about it. And by the way, I'll continue to have conversations with him about this as the campaign goes forward to be able to make all of these things more fulsome. But we're, again, at the end of February, George. This is Donald Trump is going to be the Republican nominee for president of the United States, and he is going to bring this race to Hillary Clinton. He is the best candidate to beat Hillary Clinton in November, and the best candidate to restore national security for our country.
But on the Muslim ban, are you saying now that you endorse the ban on having non-citizen Muslims?
No, that's not what I'm
States?
saying. I'm saying that that's only one piece of an overall approach to national security.
But you disagree with it.
I said that very plainly. Listen, George, here's the bottom line. Elections are choices. And you look at the candidates up on the stage, and you decide, all things considered, who's the best choice. You know, I tell voters this all the time. If you want to vote for the candidate who you agree with 100% of the time, go home and look in the mirror. You're the only person you agree with 100% of the time, whether it's you or me. So we can sit here this morning and play the game of everything that I ran against the guy. So of course there's things I disagree with him on. But this is now a choice. And of the candidates remaining on that stage, he is the best person to beat Hillary Clinton, which is job one for Republicans. We do not want Hillary Clinton in the White House. He's the best person to beat her, and he's the best person to help keep America safe.
I just point out three of the biggest issues in this campaign, the ones he talks about all the time. You disagree with him on all those issues. So when you say he's going to do what needs to be done, what exactly are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about a whole bunch of things. First of all, George.
That's a
great one, man.
Well-phrased and precise question.
and
this cocksucker's good.
And then he's so calm.
Stephanopoulos, yeah.
So calm.
Was he the White House spokesman for Clinton at one point?
Something.
He's very unfazed by other politicians.
Right.
But, like, he's very, very comfortable asking shit like this.
He's
so
good
strong
in this interview, man.
Yeah.
He has him in a corner.
A big fat corner.
Yeah. Yeah, just push play on this, Paul. I want to hear how he answers this. We were only going to play a little bit of this, but fuck.
We haven't even touched on the economy. And I think he's got a really solid record and job to try to create jobs in this country, to make the tax code fairer, to make opportunity better, to lower regulation. He's laid out those plans. The fact is he's going to do some things for this economy that need to be done to make America safer, not only from a national security perspective, but for people to invest in America and create jobs.
What are you referring to?
Well, he's laid out a plan on regulatory reform to lower regulations in this country. He's talked about the idea of making sure that small business folks are empowered in this country once again to be able to create jobs for people.
There's
been a lot of things that have been laid out in this campaign that merit real consideration and real support. And we're not going to agree on every issue, but I wouldn't agree.
He's a pretty strong candidate. Like, he's a pretty good talker, though. Like,
no, he's coming back a little bit here.
Yeah, he's held it together and he's not falling. I guess that's the key. Just don't fall apart.
Right.
Even if you're losing,
right?
Don't fall apart, because then that will be the clip.
He found his groove.
Found a groove.
Yeah, when he said that he doesn't agree with any of them, but Trump he agrees the most with, and that's why I went with him. That was a good one.
Yeah, he probably should have brought that to the discussion a lot earlier, but keep playing. It's almost over now.
Any of the other candidates that remain, we would have some major disagreements with each other because we ran against each other. But let me tell you, they're minor disagreements compared to what is going to happen if we have Hillary Clinton as president of the United States, who's moving so far to the left to beat Bernie Sanders that I don't know which one is the socialist, Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders. Finally, or both now.
Finally, you talk about Donald Trump as the person who can be trusted. He still maintains that he saw thousands of people celebrating in New Jersey after the 9/11 attacks. You said that didn't happen. It was not factual. So if he continues to hold that position, isn't that a slander of your state's citizens?
Oh, no, listen, I don't think he means it as that at all. It's a slander of my state's citizens. What I think, though, is when I say he can be trusted, this is a guy who, when he makes promises, he keeps them. And I've seen that over the course of a 14-year relationship with him. I didn't just meet Donald Trump on the debate stage in August, George, of 2015. I met Donald Trump in 2002 and have been friends with him since that time and gotten to know him. And the American people out there, you've listened to what's happening, George. The American people see him. They see someone who's strong, who's resolute, who's tough, who's not part of the Washington, D.C. establishment that has really messed this country up and disappointed our people. people, both sides of the aisle. He's going to go down there and take an entirely different approach. That's an approach that America needs. And given the other options on the stage, let me tell you something. He's the strongest, best guy to be our nominee, to beat Hillary Clinton, and to be the next president of the United States.
It's amazing to have the governor of New Jersey endorsing him. That's a huge thing, yeah.
I love George, though. He was giving him some yes. Yes. He's like, yeah, but.
Yep.
He wasn't giving him anything.
Yeah, I mean, look, it also... You're going to have to go after the Democrats to do the same thing. You know, like they all do it.
Safe to say he probably wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
He probably wouldn't go as hard as he did there, I would assume.
And I think Stephanopoulos also has a great interest in not wanting Trump to face Hillary, because I think he does know that Trump could beat Hillary. You know, he's probably close to the Clintons.
Well, they're saying this KKK endorsement could really hurt Trump if he
Is it a real endorsement or no?
Doesn't back down from it. Has he backed down from that whole endorsement thing? People are saying in a general election that could really hurt.
I don't know. All he has to do is come out and say, look, I can't stop who's going to vote for me. If the guy likes me, you know, what am I going to do? I can't stop that. That's it. That's all he has to say.
Right. Where are we at with that whole thing? What's the latest on it? If we could find out, that'd be great. And we also have Rubio goes after Trump with the KKK endorsements.
Oh.
Rubio got feisty, huh? Have you been following that at all?
Talking about Trump's little hands, which I thought was very funny.
His little hands and all sorts of
piss in his pants and
piss in his pants.
Trump is blaming.
Yeah, he had this whole joke about during a commercial break during the last debate. Trump wanted a full length mirror, and he's like, "Why? You only have to see you from like the waist up." He goes, "Unless his pants were all wet." And shit like that. Yeah, he was trashing him. He was reading his tweets because he misspelled them. He was making fun of his tweets and stuff.
But how does that happen? I saw that. I was like, oh, Donald. There was
I know. There was like three in a row.
There were 3 tweets in a row with really, really bad spelling.
He could be talk texting, or he could be.
I know, but well, I mean, it's happened to all of us. Certainly, I've had a few. But I mean,
do you like it when people call you up?
God,
you don't like that? And there should have been a comma there, not a period or a quotation.
It's more that crap. You know, if you
don't like that when they.
I think they're.
When do you make spelling mistakes when you tweet?
Oh, thanks, Jimmy. I'm not gonna go for that one.
Oh, I meant to say don't.
Huh?
I meant to say don't.
Oh. What were the 3 tweets? We have those up there for the people.
I don't know. He spelled cunt with a K. Oh, Donald.
Yeah, but the three tweets in a row. It was a little rough. I'm trying to remember which words.
One was like honor. He said honer or something like that. He got the R at the end or something or.
Yeah. Here they are. Wow, every poll said I won the debate last night. Great honer.
Oh, right. Yeah, with an ER instead of an OR.
He spelled it HONER. Then it was lightweights. Marco Rubio was working hard last night. The problem is he is a choker. And once a choker, always a chocker.
He's rush texting that. We all do that. Your fat fingers hit something.
Yeah, and then what was the other one?
And spell correct does that to you sometimes too.
That will fuck you up sometimes if you're not looking.
Exactly.
You know you did it right, and then your phone decides to fucking take another word. Like,
yeah,
that's not what I wanted. What was the third one? You got that, Paulie?
I think it's this one.
They don't like Rubio in Florida. He left them high and dry. Doesn't even show up for votes. That wasn't it. Whatever. Whatever. There was a third one.
I think he spelled lightweight or something.
It was
wrong.
lightweight. Thank you, Florentine. Yeah. It was definitely lightweight. Or in that. That was the choker one. Never mind.
Choker.
And said choker. Choker. He said choker, and then he said choker, the last one.
Choker.
We got Rubio teases Donald Trump over Twitter. Oh yeah, play that clip too. That's really good. But where was this Rubio earlier? Now he's brave?
I know, now he's coming
very
out.
Desperate.
Yeah, he's acting like Trump now.
Isn't he losing?
They all are. Their personalities are so fucking plastic and fake. They're just trying to be him to beat him. It's just the fraud after fraud.
Absolutely.
Boy, does he fucking strip the clothing off of all of these people.
And Rubio's losing in his own state.
Good.
His own state to Trump.
Sweating with his bad jokes. No charisma.
All right, play this.
Why he said he wasn't going to run is because David Duke was part of the Reform Party. So he knows exactly who David Duke is. He was asked this morning 2 times, will you repudiate and condemn the Ku Klux Klan? And he refused to do that as well.
They're bullying
We not
him
be
for
a
bashing the
party
Klan,
that
I hope.
nominates someone who refuses to condemn white supremacists and the Ku Klux Klan. We cannot be a party that does that. By the way, not only is that wrong, it makes him unelectable. How are we going to grow our party with a nominee that refuses to condemn the Ku Klux Klan? Don't tell me he doesn't know who the Ku Klux Klan is. This is serious. What we are facing today is the most important election in a generation. We need to nominate someone that can win, because if we don't win, what that means is that Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton will be the next president of the United States. Now, Bernie Sanders is a racist. Is not a racist. Is a socialist.
Fucking idiot. You had him, dummy.
Yeah.
You had him.
You flubbed the line.
You had him, fucking juicy lips. You had him.
Now, Bernie Sanders is a racist. Is not a racist. Is a socialist. Sorry. I apologize. I was thinking about David Duke still. Bernie's actually a nice guy, but he's a socialist.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right.
Yeah, no one has said. It's funny that no one's attacking. That's all they can really attack Bernie on, is he's a socialist.
Right.
Because I think he's more genuine than any of them.
Right.
So they have to watch how they fucking bash him, because he's a real guy talking for like real people. He feels.
Right.
He's not nearly as easy to go after as Hillary Clinton is.
Absolutely.
Smart, yeah.
Trump disavowed KKK endorsement, according to John Chicago. Let me just.
Johnny boy, let's clear up the air.
John, go ahead, buddy.
Pretty good.
Hello, boys.
Hey.
I think it was on CNN or one of those news outlets.
Whoa, CNN. Oh, the network. Okay.
All right.
But yeah, man, I'm just, and this is what pisses me off about the other Republican candidates. They run with something even though he's already disavowed it once.
Okay.
But yet, it's like he has to disavow it every fucking day without being called a racist. Oh, you're a racist if you don't disavow it every fucking day. It makes no sense.
Well, here's the clip. I mean, good for you, John. Hold on. It's 12 seconds.
Mr. Trump, how do you feel about the recent endorsement from David Duke?
I didn't even know he endorsed me. David Duke endorsed me? Okay. All right. I disavow. Okay?
There you go.
And that was on Friday.
There you go. This clip's already 21 hours old, so.
And the point he's making is
Yesterday
basically,
morning.
who cares for it? Like,
Right.
all right, he endorsed. What do you want me to do?
Right.
Like,
Right. And then you have to disavow it officially.
Disavow. But then again, if you're going to accept the Chris Christie one and brag about it,
I see.
There's also that point too with all these guys. If you're going to fucking brag about who endorses you, well, then you also got to take the David Dukes or whoever it is on the other side.
To John's point, I did not see that clip that we just played. B, as I was preparing for this radio show this morning, a bunch of the news outlets were still talking about this Trump KKK thing and how it could hurt him if he doesn't disavow it.
Right.
And there it is. He did about a day ago, and they're still running with it.
No, he did
just
this
like
on.
you said, John.
He did this on Friday when he brought Christie out for the first time in Dallas.
Yeah.
So it's been out there since Friday. That
Oh,
this about him.
jeez. Well, I mean, watching the news today, they're like, wow, what's wrong with Trump? Why won't he disavow, the David Duke endorsement, because it's going to hurt him in the general election? But they had a whole discussion about it. It was definitely MSNBC, and then I think it was CNN mentioned it briefly as well this morning before the show.
But can I make another quick thing here? I would understand if he was a businessman from the South. You could probably get away with that, saying that he's a racist. But he's a successful businessman in New York. You can't do that and be a racist. There's no way.
And if KKK endorses Trump, there's a Washington video.
Yeah.
Of a kid, Trump staring down a protester. This is what the type of shit Trump has to handle smarter. Like, if the KKK did endorse you, just like use this dummy with the shirt as an opportunity to speak about it. Like,
right.
Almost like I hate when people don't want to answer interview questions.
Yeah.
Because if someone asks you about an unpleasant thing, what about that scandal you had? Well, what about that? You have a great opportunity now to clear the fucking air.
Yeah.
So use this to talk about it. You're going to get people who you don't like endorsing you.
What did he say about it, Paul? Do we have it?
Just stares at the guy like a
Yeah,
dope.
we have it. All he said is that because he waited there so long and the protesters stood there with the shirt on that in his time security would have been faster getting him out of there.
Why get him out of there? Why get him out of there? Like, is he yelling? Is he interrupting or no?
Not really.
Or
He
just
kind of came down and stood there.
Well, then what's the problem? He doesn't. Why would security have to take him out of there?
You see, in the good old days, law enforcement acted a lot quicker than this. A lot quicker.
It's nothing illegal.
Yeah. He's politically...
In the good old days, they'd rip him out of that seat so fast. But today, everybody's politically correct. Our country's going to hell with being politically correct.
No, I disagree with him. That's just, unless the kid was yelling something and disrupting his speech.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was just there with that shirt.
He's just standing there with a shirt you don't like. That's not political correctness. Political. You should address what his shirt says, or leave it there. That's what you got to tolerate.
Right.
Don't be so thin-skinned.
Or find him another seat somewhere else, maybe. After
Absolutely,
a while,
or
if
give him
he's a distraction. But in America, you kind of, even if you don't agree with the person, you got to allow him to say what he wants, right?
Yeah, okay, if he's interrupting, that's one thing, but that's a part of the job.
It doesn't seem like he's interrupted, well, although he's definitely getting a lot of attention because of that shirt.
Yeah.
And it was a distraction. But
And Trump should have looked at that and said, I'm glad you said that.
Right.
You know, you can't always control who endorses you. There's some people that endorse you that it doesn't matter to me why they're doing it or what they think their motives are.
Right.
They're terrible people.
Right.
Like once in a while there you go.
Right.
And then the sound bite is
Yep.
you bashing the Klan.
Mm-hmm.
Stop being so fucking hypersensitive.
Let's say hi to Scott in West Point. Scott.
What's up, boys?
Good morning.
So, 2 points. I just want to say, I went to see Brewer the other night in Peekskill. That fucker is funny. He didn't even say one bad word.
Yeah, he doesn't curse, man. He's really great.
Oh, fuck me out. Brewer.
Oh, Brewer's amazing, yeah.
The other thing was, I watched John Oliver last night, and he had like a 15-minute segment about Trump. And some of the sound bites were unbelievable. I couldn't believe some of the shit he says. And people just get gassed up by his shit, and it drives me nuts.
John Oliver is pretty damn brilliant.
He's great.
He was funny as shit, man.
Funny and bright.
But the angle they all take on Trump is predictable.
Yeah.
All of them take
we
the
didn't see
same angle on him.
Yeah,
the John Oliver piece is really good. If Paul skips to 1550, he talks about David Duke, and I think this is a reason why a lot of people are upset with the way that he handled it. Okay. Because he originally said, I don't know anything about David Duke, but that's not true.
Oliver had that on last night. He said, who the hell is he? I don't even think I know him. But,
Right.
you know, with some, it was space though last time, man.
All right, Scott, thank you. We want to play this really fast. Thank you.
All right, boys, thank you.
From John, if you haven't seen John Oliver on HBO yet, what are you waiting for? This stuff is strong, really entertaining.
Assault weapon bans in favour of both bringing in Syrian refugees and deporting them out of the country. And that inconsistency can be troubling. Just this morning, for instance, he was asked about the fact that David Duke, former Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, had told supporters to vote for him, and this was his answer.
Will you unequivocally condemn David Duke and say that you don't want his vote or that of other white supremacists in this election?
Well, just so you understand, I don't know anything about David Duke, okay? I don't know anything about what you're even talking about with white supremacy or white supremacists. Honestly, I don't know David Duke. I don't believe I've ever met him. I'm pretty sure I didn't meet him, and I just don't know anything about him.
Really? That's your best answer there, because you definitely know who he is. Partly because you called him a bigot and a racist in the past. But that's not even the fucking point. The point is, with an answer like that, you are either racist or you are pretending to be, and at some point, there is no difference there. And sure, he disavowed David Duke later in the day, but the scary thing is, we have no way of knowing which of his inconsistent views he will hold in office. Will he stand by his statement that vaccines are linked to autism? Or his belief that Mexico is sending us rapists? Oh, and what about that plan he had to defeat ISIS?
We're fighting a very politically correct war.
Yeah. Well, we see that
and the
happening
other
in
thing is with the terrorists, you have to take out their families. When you get these terrorists, you have to take out their families. They care about their lives. Don't kid yourself. But they say they don't care about their lives. You have to take out their families.
That is the front runner for the Republican nomination advocating a war crime. And he might say he was joking or he's changed his mind about any of these things. And private individuals are allowed to change their minds. We all do it. But when he's sworn in as president on January 20th, 2017, on that day, his opinions are going to matter. And you will remember that date, because it's the one that time travelers from the future will come back to try and stop the whole thing from happening.
All right. It goes on and on. So
there's like a whole interview or a quote from Trump. Morning Joe has it right now, Paul, where he's blaming a bad earpiece on his interview with CNN for not being able to comment properly about David Duke.
Here's one thing I don't like about them asking about David Duke. Do you not want his vote? Like, they all want any vote they can get.
Right.
Like, stop with that. Like, I don't want his vote. Why?
Mm-hmm.
It counts as much as anybody else's vote. You can hate the guy and think he's an awful guy, but look, if that help, if his vote is one vote, of course I want every person's vote.
What if his vote matters in the end, whether you're the president or not? You still don't want his vote?
Yeah, like, why aren't they coming out and saying, I don't want anybody who has ever molested a kid or committed a rape to vote for me? Like, if you're going to be that literal with whose votes you want, nobody who has ever drunk drove. I don't want your votes. I don't want the vote of one person who has ever hit their wife. Give me, how specific do you want to be?
I think every candidate wants every vote they can possibly get, no matter where it's coming from.
The point,
if it means getting them in the White House so they could do, their thing.
They all have repulsive people who support them.
Of course.
And this is why I didn't care when Jeremiah Wright, when the big Obama thing was, oh my God, Jeremiah Wright was his pastor. Look what he said about white people. I don't care if he loves Jeremiah Wright. They all have abominable connections and abominable friends. There's not one politician who has made it that far that doesn't have a long list of dog shit connections and horrible people they're connected to and disgusting people who are endorsing them. David Duke happens to be a public guy, happens to have been in the Klan and is saying it publicly. But how many of these people have fucking disgusting citizens supporting them?
Right.
So stop with that shit. It's not relevant. It's just not.
No, it's very good.
Unless he's coming out and going,
right.
David Duke supports me and that means something to me, then that's an issue.
Right. It's not his problem if a terrible person is endorsing him.
He just didn't say it right away when they asked him that morning, Thursday morning on the air, if he,
but how
was okay with David Duke endorsing him. He did it the next day, and it's a problem.
If he embraced that endorsement, totally different thing. Then John Oliver's 100% right.
But now he's saying it's a very bad earpiece, made it tough to hear. But Trump would be the type of guy that would say, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
But now he's saying it after the fact, now that there's some controversy, that seems a little fishy now.
Yeah.
Do we have that piece?
Yep. Issue that has bubbled up, and this is your comments on a CNN program where you were asked about David Duke, former Grand Wizard of the KKK. You said 3 times in this interview, I don't know who David Duke is, and you refused to disavow or distance yourself from him. Now, a lot of people are scratching their heads over that because, number one, you disavowed David Duke 2 days prior. Why are you pretending that you are acting as though you don't know who this person is? Why not disavow David Duke, disavow the KKK? What's going on?
Well, first of all, he talked about David Group and other groups. He talked about other groups.
Yeah, but you said 3 times, I don't know who David Duke is.
No. Well, I know who he is, but I never met David Duke. So when you talk about it, I never met David Duke.
But in 2000, you refused to run on the Reform Party platform because David Duke was a member of it.
Duke a day before at a major press conference, and I'm saying to myself, how many times do I have to continue to disavow people? And the question was asked about David Duke and various groups. And I don't know who the groups are. I said, would you do me a favor and tell me the groups? He was unable to tell me that.
He says, I'm just talking about David Duke and the Ku Klux Klan here, and you said, honestly, I don't know David Duke.
Okay, so let me tell you. I'm sitting in a house in Florida with a very bad earpiece that they gave me, and you could hardly hear what he was saying. But what I heard was various groups, and I don't mind disavowing anybody, and I disavowed David Duke, and I disavowed him the day before at a major news conference, which is surprising because he was at the major news conference, CNN was at the major news conference, and they heard me very easily disavow David Duke. Now I go and I sit down again. I have a lousy earpiece that is provided by them. And frankly, he talked about groups. He also talked about groups. And I have no problem with disavowing groups, but I'd at least like to know who they are. It would be very fair to disavow a group, Matt, if the group shouldn't be disavowed. I have to know who the groups are. But I disavowed David Duke. Now, if you look on Facebook, right after that, I also disavowed David Duke. When we looked at it and looked at the question, I disavowed David Duke. So I've disavowed David Duke all weekend long on Facebook, on Twitter, and obviously it's never enough.
Wow, that's a different Trump right there.
Yeah, he was a day late on disavowing him. It's not going to hurt any of his votes in the election.
I'm so sick of the word disavow. Again, all of them have fucking disgusting people that are supporting them. Stop it.
And it's not like he's in business with the guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you can call him out on that. It's just some fucking guy to come. So, does Trump really remember 15 years ago about trashing him and saying he's a piece of shit?
Right. But he's
probably doesn't remember that. He's moved on to other stuff.
What the people who are really, really going after this is just saying, we smell that we can somehow use this to link him to the Klan, and that will really hurt him. So what we are going to do is we are going to look at this through a narrow corridor so we can link him to the Ku Klux Klan. Even if you hate Trump and you think he's a douche, fine, I get why you think that. But to think that he's actually going to say publicly, well, I don't want to piss off the Klan. I mean, Jesus Christ, don't be dopes.
Right. But he did say David Duke in that clip a few times. Now he's trying to say that he was talking about various groups or something like that. So it was right for them to call him out on how he was answering that.
Yeah, I don't know why
he was
say
saying
that.
David Duke.
But there's no motive
whether it's
for
a
him
bad
to
earpiece or not, you were still saying David Duke, not various groups.
Why would he disavow him the day before and then all of a sudden act like it just doesn't make any common sense?
That was a more serious Trump there in that clip. Very interesting. He understands this is a biggie. This one is a biggie. You got to be really careful. Maybe your supporters will love that shit, but in a general election, you'll get your ass handed to you if you're basically saying you're supporting David Duke or have no problem.
Both sides of minds are already made up. Either you're voting for Hillary, you're voting for Trump. No, there's no one's going to sway.
After tomorrow, it's going to be pretty obvious that it's Trump, right?
Absolutely.
Holy shit, this is crazy.
So what happens after tomorrow? Either
Wednesday.
either Rubio or Cruz. One of those guys, they have to drop out.
I think after tomorrow, one of those guys has to drop out to have any shot whatsoever. Yes, they have got to figure out something. Maybe they say, look, we'll be running mates, but we got to figure out which is going to be the main guy.
But neither of those guys can be running mates now with Trump. It can't be Cruz. It can't be Rubio.
No, I mean Cruz and Rubio.
Oh, those guys. Yeah,
behind closed doors, like, look, we're the ticket. Fuck it, because one of us has to drop out, or we're both fucked. I don't think they have a choice, right?
Still not going to make a difference. Anyone that's supporting Trump right now is not going to go to Rubio or Cruz.
No, but Cruz and Rubio supporters added together.
You put them together, then the number's a lot closer. But I agree with Trump that he would absolutely get some of those supporters, but not a big number, but maybe just enough to hold them off. But you put those guys' numbers together, it's a much closer race, much closer. And that's the only fucking play they got after tomorrow, I think. And they got to do it fucking quick as fuck.
Yeah.
And it probably would have to be Cruz, because I think Rubio has more heat.
But I think
so
Cruz
Rubio stays in, and Cruz has to drop.
I have to check, but I thought Rubio, with all this, acting like Trump, actually made him drop in the poll to number 3.
I think he's still ahead of Cruz, I believe. I'm almost positive about that.
Check.
Rubio has more heat. Cruz is doing well in Texas. He's leading in his home state. I know that. But besides that, I think Rubio's beating him in all the other polls for second place, right? Yeah, there you go. Georgia, Trump 30. Cruz, see, this is what I'm talking about. So Cruz is 23 in Georgia, and Rubio's 23, so that's tight right there.
Right.
So now that's 46 to his 30, technically, but like Trump's saying, I'll get some of that 46.
Right.
Right.
Or let's say some of that 23. You add the 23 to the other 23, it's 46, but Trump would say, no, I would take some of that 23. But still, that makes it extremely fucking close. And then Texas, you got Cruz at 39, Trump at 26, and Rubio at 16. You might be right. Give me another state for tomorrow.
Rubio's dropping.
Tennessee.
He was 2 before he started.
Oh,
the
okay.
offensive.
Oh, wow. I need to update my info. You're right. Yeah, now it's looking more and more like Cruz is in second place. Oh, in all those states.
So tomorrow.
All right.
Rubio.
So then, what I just said, then it would have to be Rubio.
Right.
Okay.
Why does tomorrow matter so much?
Super Tuesday. How many states?
I'll take the Tuesday. Just being hilarious. Trav.
Nope. How many states up for grabs tomorrow on Super Tuesday? What's the number again? I want to say 11-ish. I think it's 11. No, I don't know. All right.
Checking.
You're checking.
By the way, I'm getting a lot of
11,
tweets
you're right.
about lasagna hat leap year. Do you remember? I don't remember what that meant, to be honest with you.
A lot of people saying that it's a
lasagna hat leap year.
It was something you said 2 years ago.
Okay, what were we supposed to do today?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
I just know that you said that this was lasagna hat leap year.
Oh my god.
Maybe we all wear lasagna hats. I don't remember.
The hell's a lasagna?
I have
But people
no memory.
don't forget things.
let's see. I don't know. If someone's calling with that, that'd be great. We should take a break and we'll finish up the show next. We got Florentine in studio. Where's your plug sheet?
I got it here.
Somewhere. The Ice House.
Yeah,
in
this
Pasadena.
Friday. This Friday, Ice House, Pasadena, California, March 11, 12, Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, and then April 1st, my new comedy special, I'm Your Savior, out.
Great. And then Jimmy's got...
That's awesome.
Yeah, very excited for Florentine.
I have...
I tell the whole wrestling picture story in the special. I have the slideshow with the actual pictures, so people... yeah.
That's a great bit. A great bit.
It's hot.
Jimmy, Red Bank this
this Thursday. Friday is
Theater.
sold out. Saturday is Montclair, almost sold out. Wellmont Theater. We're showing UFC, the Diaz-McGregor fight afterwards. I'm so happy they're doing that because I don't have to race out of there and tape it.
Right.
And then the week after is Indianapolis, Cleveland, and Grand Rapids, Michigan. And the Chip Chipperson Indiegogo episode 2 is up. And it's you can just go to my chipchipperson.com and it will link you to it.
Great.
So if you want to donate, help a brother out.
Help a brother out.
Yeah.
JimNorton.com and chipchipperson.com, right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll break. We'll finish up next. We forgot about Abe Vigoda. He didn't make the death montage last night. Why was that, you think?
I don't know.
He's been in some movies.
Did he die in 2015 or was it 16?
16.
But Bowie died.
They'll put him in they'll put him in next year.
Just put the guy in. Jesus.
I think it's just a mistake. They probably approved this and then threw David Bowie. Because I saw Jeff Ross the night before he did The Wake when I was eating with Joe. So whenever January something, whatever that was.
Yeah. What are they saying in the article?
Or was it February?
They're saying noticeably left out. Was the acclaimed film star who earned a tremendous following for his roles in the Godfather saga. And on the hit sitcom, Barney Miller died last month, 94.
Probably just an oversight, overshadowed by Bowie.
And absent from the segment was actor Jeffrey Lewis. I was reading that, sir. Who died last April at 79. He was best known collaborating with Clint Eastwood in a number of movies.
What did Jeff write? They left Abe Vigoda out of the in memoriam. That's okay. He dies every year anyway, Oscars.
Where was Abe Vigoda? Our pal Josh Gad tweeted that. So a lot of people were trying to figure out why he was out of the montage. Dave Grohl did a great version of that Blackbird song.
Yeah, it was great.
He knows how to sing a tune or two. You see the guy at the NFL Combine with his dick falling out yet?
No.
You haven't seen this?
Nope.
He dove...
I've been busy looking at fucking giant breast tumors.
His dick starts falling out of his pants, so he's like, fuck that, you're not screen capping my dick, so he falls on the ground.
And at the end of it...
But you definitely can see it flopping.
At the end of it, if you listen real hard, he whispers to the trainer because the trainer goes over to check on him because a lot of guys usually pull something running the 40-yard dash.
Yeah, the trainer runs out because he's like, why did he collapse on the ground? Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Then you hear him whisper, my dick came out.
My dick came out.
He didn't hurt himself falling on it, though?
Well, you would think it would be, you don't want a rug burn on your fucking penis. The head of your penis. That would not be fun.
Yeah, but you get that from dry humping all the time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Huh, Paul?
He tucked it before he fell.
Yeah.
Fit within, yeah.
Yeah, check this out real quick.
Jones came out this
We'll
year.
tweet it
He's really highly recruited kid. He's almost 6'6", 310. He's a little high hip. You can see how long-legged he is.
Flopping,
He's a little stiff in the hips, but boy, is he stout again. Ooh, that hurt. He's laughing.
Oh my God.
All right, trainer's there. Take a look, but it looks like he's all right.
He's a big guy,
Everyone
man.
knows what happened, but they can't say it.
He's a little high hip. You can see how long-legged he is. He's a little stiff in the hips, but boy, is he stout again. Ooh.
Did he fall on his dick or no?
He
He seems
pretty
okay.
close.
He seems okay.
Did anyone else hear the squeak? Was that his penis?
How does it come
Listen
out
to the
well?
squeak.
He's stout again. Ooh.
No, he seems okay. Like,
He's laughing.
look, he tucks it in, and he does not look. He's smiling. Like, that's not, I just fell on my dick energy.
He goes,
Yeah.
my dick fell out.
But how did it
My
fall
dick
out
fell
when he
out.
had like these tight shorts on with no?
The compression pants ripped midway through his 40-yard.
Oh, they ripped.
Oh, it
okay.
ripped. Yeah, if you keep playing it out, you get to see it fall for a split
By
second.
the way, he's 6'6" something. Is that fast? Is he a football player?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the NFL Combine. He's
God
6'6",
damn.
310 pounds.
You boy, the players won't be fucking making fun of that forever.
No kidding. If you keep going in one of the replays, you see it very
By the way,
briefly.
do you know how big your dick has to be to see it from as far away as we are?
Running that
flopping
fast?
as he's running that fast? That's a guy with a lot of cock.
And to split your pants because your dick is
Looks
too
like
big.
he's all right.
Yeah.
He almost ran a 5.
He's really stout against the run.
He's
High
looking
school
down, you see-
player.
oh, you see
there
it?
it is. You see it.
That slide is now illegal in Major League Baseball.
You see it right there.
player.
Go back.
He's tucking in his
That's
big
not
heavy
against the
bag.
run.
Like,
He's got a
Stout
big
against the run.
fucking
High school
dick.
hoops player.
oh my God.
Now
That
watch when he
slide
gets
is now
up.
illegal
You
in
see
Major
it?
League Baseball.
Tucking his dick back in.
He's got a nice sack.
He's
Yeah,
got
it's all bag.
You shouldn't be shy. If you got one that big, fuck it, let it flop. Why are you hiding it?
Yeah.
Why are you diving on the ground, risking a rug burn? But right at the end, he's trying to keep his dick in his pants. He's got a big
He's got
fucking piece.
He's got
Jesus.
fucking 6 soft.
I know, like if with all
Good
that
for him.
pressure on him, with all the NFL scouts there and teams that want to draft you, that's a lot of pressure to them all watching you.
Dude, he's pushing
and
it
he's,
back in.
and he's
There's-
got 6 soft.
Dude, look, watch this, right, real quick. Like, watch as he's pushing it in. There's still some on the ground. Watch. Look, it's still on the ground as he's pushing some in. There's still some left on the ground. Holy shit.
That's never happened to me when I had the biggest rod I've ever had in my life.
That's fucking
He should be a
impressive.
first-round draft pick for that, right? Florentine.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's probably has a 10-inch cock.
That's
good for him.
hilarious.
God bless.
We just tweeted that out for the people. And then in other news, looks like Peyton Manning's going to say goodbye this week, huh?
Yeah, it was nice of him to not do it earlier. Didn't want to make the news about him like Brett Favre would have done, like we've said.
No, yeah, he knows. Well, the Broncos don't want him back. If the Broncos wanted him back, he would still be playing.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to go to another team. There's not another team ready to win a Super Bowl that would take him, probably. So he knows
Maybe
he has no options.
Go back to the Colts.
They got Andrew Luck there.
I know they do. I was just fucking.
But no, I mean, there's probably like 6 or 7 teams that would take him, like the Texans, the Rams,
Sure.
The Bills,
Well, it was just
maybe even the Jets, but they're not Super Bowl ready. He's got maybe 1 year left, so he's not going to risk it.
It would certainly get people in the seats. People are watching, right?
Not really. Maybe if he went to the Rams with new LA team, possibly. But other than that,
Right. So it's just done. We're trying to figure out a scenario where it would work, but
and all
I
that
think
shit's
that's
coming out
stupid.
about him. He's better just go hide.
Right.
know it.
You fucking idiot. Yeah, this is really good, too. Someone tweeted this to me yesterday afternoon. In golf. We'll tweet this out as well.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
You're fucking idiot.
Wow. Apologize for that.
Oh, will you stop apologizing for the fucks?
I know, because all the guys at home that watch golf
Yeah,
are really
exactly.
going to be offended by that.
Who's offended by a you fucking idiot? Makes it good.
Yeah.
Play that one more time.
Well, they have to just say something.
I know. It's just silly. We're all just bullshitting each
Oh,
other.
you fucking idiot.
Did he say that after he hit it?
Yeah, because he knew it was well sure it was going to land in the water.
He should have
He
just
knew
said,
right away.
He should have just said, "You say fuck, not fucking."
Fuck. All right, let's get out of here. Fuck it. I know we were going to play Blackbird to end the show, but I need to play a song for Joey's kid, Joey Paisano's kid. She turns 16. So what song would it be, Jim Norton?
Jailbait by Motorhead.
Huh?
Jailbait by Motorhead.
And you got to keep this in the replay. Joey's like one of my oldest friends.
Yeah, I will.
All right, thank you. He asked me last night if we could start the show with Christine 16, and I forgot. I'm a loser.
Does he have a?
And he's a good friend, and I've known Christine since she was I can't believe she's 16.
Does he have a restaurant anywhere?
He's sort of doing other things right now. Joey's doing other things, but he's still out there listening to our show on a regular basis, and he's a very good friend of mine. And Christine is a delight. His daughter turns 16, so I want to end the show with some Kiss for her, okay? After the plugs, though. Florentine, the Ice House in Pasadena.
This Friday.
Yes.
2 shows, and then March 11, 12, Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. And my new special's coming out April 1st. I'm Your Savior, one-man show.
That's exciting. Where do we get that? iTunes?
Yeah, it's going to be all iTunes,
all
digital
the usual
download,
places.
DVD, all that shit, yeah.
And JimFlorentine.com for all his dates and everything that is Jim Florentine. The podcast is great. We didn't have time, but a few people called and said your latest podcast was really good. So go to Riotcast.
Oh, yeah, I made fun of, like, Oscar parties, people having Oscar parties.
That would have been beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Jimmy has got a very busy weekend.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about my gigs.
Don't say that.
I mean, I've been repeating them all morning. So if you want to support the Chip Indiegogo, episode 2 is out now. And, go there and support it. I appreciate it if you do. And it's been actually doing pretty well.
And JimNorton.com for all his dates. He's all over the place for the next 3 or 4 months. So
I have so many.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable how many gigs.
I really want to do Australia. It's just a matter of getting it booked, but that's my next goal.
I want to do that too.
I'm dying to go down there.
All right.
I'm gonna do a bunch of shrimp on the Barbie jokes. It'll be great.
See you guys tomorrow. Happy birthday, Christine. Thank you.